The sun is set, the sky is dark, the weather is cold. It is time for Friday night hockey here at the Alpha Ice Complex as the University of Pittsburgh concludes their 9-game homestand with the first of a home-and-home series with the John Carroll University hockey team. My name is Andrew Bialge, and I'm once again pleased to be joined by Angie Mora. Angie, how are you doing on this fabulous Friday night?
I'm a little chilly, but I'm really excited to watch a really good hockey game between two competitive teams, and I'm really excited to see what goes down tonight.
Yeah, this is the appetizer of what is a very big weekend for the University of Pittsburgh. College Game Day is coming to North Shore tomorrow. I know I'm excited. Angie, you're excited.
I'm so excited. Pitt ranked number 22, and Notre Dame's ranked, 9 or 8? Something like that
They
now.
are in the top
They're
10.
in the top 10,
A
yeah.
huge game for CFP implications, but the number 14 Pitt Club hockey team has a big game tonight against John Carroll, a series that has featured close games for as long as they played each other. Angie, why don't you tell us about how these two teams fared the last time they played each other?
So last time, it's been a while, I have to say, Andrew. The last time they played was on December 9th of 2023. So it's been a couple hockey seasons since they last played each other. JCU defeated Pitt 4-1 on the last time they played. But it was a two-game series, and they split the series. So the games were on December 8th and December 9th, and they each team took away a game in that series.
Yeah, and looking at who scored in both those games during that series, a lot of players on both the Pitt and JCU roster made their names known on the score sheet last time these two teams played. Overall, Pitt leads the season series 8-3 and has a 5-1 advantage here at the Alpha Ice Complex. But things change from season to season. But in talking to Coach Rowland before this game, he said every time these two teams play each other, it is a good game, it is a tight game. So I'm really interested to see what happens today.
I'm really excited. One thing to keep note is since the 10-5 to win against Navy on October 18th, Pitt has not given up more than 4 goals in a game. And I said last time that, key to winning a game is defense, and clearly they have stepped up on defense. So I really want to see that in tonight's game.
Defense is a huge part of it, and they've done an amazing job of preventing from that 6-goal curse they had the first couple of home games we have covered. But as part of that defense, a new addition today, or a new old addition, I should say, as Joe Ambrofi makes his return to the net. He will be starting in goal for the Panthers. The plan for Coach Ronig is give both Joe and Sam a game this weekend. Joe has been practicing. He's been cleared. He is ready to go, according to Coach Ronig. How do you think the Pitt defense approaches tonight, knowing they have a returning goalie in net?
Joe Ambrofi has a solid record with this Pitt team. I personally am not concerned at all. I think if we've seen the defense step up playing, there's going to be less shots on goal from the opposing team, which means less shots to block for the goalie. And the more, a defense works together. It's never on just the defense. It's never on just the goalie. They need to really work together. So I think if this Pitt defense continues to play as well as they have been in these last 10 games, they will be completely fine with this goalie change.
Yeah, we shall see what happens. I agree with you 100% about how Pitt will approach his goalie change, but JCU would like to get some shots on early. And let's take a look at our players to watch as JCU comes in with a lot of conference and ACHA leaders in goals, assists, and points. Let's start with number 10, Charlie Tuddy, who has 14 goals, 14 assists, and 28 points. 10 points in his last 3 games, 24 in his last 9. He is 8th in points in the ACHA at large, and he leads the CHMA, which is JCU's conference. He's also 10th in goals in the ACHA. And last week, he had a goal and assist against West Virginia, and he had 2 goals and an assist in their game against Indiana, Pennsylvania. Moving on to number 19, Anthony LaGreca, forward with 6 goals, 16 assists, and 22 points on the season. He's the team leader in assists, the CHMA leader, and 9th in the ACHA. He had an assist against West Virginia and a goal and an assist versus Indiana University, Pennsylvania. I'm really interested to see how this JCU offense comes out today. But let's take a look at the home players to watch. Angie, who do you have for us?
First, I want to start with number 7, Augie Ashley. He's a forward, and he's played all 12 games this season, 6 goals and 16 assists. He is the team leader in assists so far this season, and he's ranked as one of the top assists in the league so far. He has 22 points and is averaging a little under 2 points per game. He's a really swift player on the ice, and I'm excited to see what he brings to this game against JCU. Next player to watch is moving on to Josh Ripp. He's number 11. He's also a forward. He's also played all 12 games this season, 7 goals, 6 assists, 13 points with over 1 point 1 point per game, and I think that's really impressive coming from these two Pitt players. But to finish it off, I want to take a moment to take a look at Anthony Sawecki. He is has 12 games played, 9 goals, 8 assists, 17 points, and he scored 2 goals versus Penn State, and he had a goal against Syracuse last weekend. He is also a transfer from JCU, right? And I'm really excited to see what he brings out against his old team. What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, a bit of a homecoming for Anthony Swetti. One thing we know about him is he always shows up, always makes his presence known in the offensive zone. And John Carroll knows that too. While playing for JCU, he played in 28 games during the 2024-25 season, 15 goals, 9 assists, and 24 points. 4 of those goals came on the man advantage, and he had 49 total penalty minutes. He even ended his regular season tenure with John Carroll on a 3-game goal streak. So interested to see what it's like playing against your former school today. But you talked about in that players to watch Pitt last week against Syracuse. They went 2-0 against the Orange last weekend. Do you have anything to share about their series versus the Syracuse Orange?
Yes, on the 7th and 8th, they obviously, like you said, they swept them. They won 5-2 on the 8th and 4-3 on the 7th. Like I said, they are giving up less than 4 goals. They gave up 2 goals and then 3 goals, and that is just so key, especially against a team like Syracuse, which in the past has always been a pretty reputable team, I'd say, in my opinion. And to see them get the sweep at home is something I really like to see.
Yeah, and I also touched on this during the Open. This is Pitt's last of a 9-game homestand. They had 6 wins in the first 8 games, 6-1-1. After that, it's almost all road games after this. What do you think Pitt can do? Take the lessons they built on and take them on the road for the rest of the season. They have some really tough opponents on the road as this season goes on.
Well, Pitt is currently 8-1. They have 1 shootout loss and 1 overtime loss, but winning record's a winning record. I like to say that all the time. And I've seen a lot of improvements over the course of this 9-game homestand. I think that's really important to take mention to as we move on to this, away game stand, as we're gonna call it. This away game stretch, I should say. They need to clean up the game in the neutral zone, and they need to keep up with the strong defense that they've been showing out in these last 10 games. I think that's super important, especially since we are going into the opponent's homestand.
Yeah, this is a huge game for Pitt and JCU. Huge 3 points up for grabs today, but a big game of hockey coming up in just a few moments as we will take a short break. You are watching Pitt Hockey presented by the Pitt Broadcast Club.
Number 40, Brody Lee. On right defense, number 8, Henry Check. On right defense, number 12, Boston Ushindi. On left wing, number 14, Camden Martin. On center, number 17, Sam Hart. On right wing, number 13, Tanner Punter. Now, starting for your Pittsburgh Panthers. In goal, number 1, Joe Ambrofi. On left defense, number 5, Aiden Foster. On right defense, number 41, Alex Peluso. On left wing, number 8, Quentin Schaefer. On center, number 7, Augie Ashley. On right wing, number 16, Santino Molteri. Now, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Alrighty, we are back. Andrew Biald, Angie Moore. It is time for Friday Night Hockey here at the Alpha Ice Complex. Angie, before we see the puck drop quickly, if you were to name one Pitt player that you think had scored the first goal of this game, who would it be?
You know, I'm gonna have to say one of our goal leaders, Santino Molteri. I think he's leading the team in goals right now, and I'd like to say that's a good take, personally.
I think that's a good choice indeed. John Carroll has taken the ice. Pitt still in a team huddle. What do you think Coach Ronald's message to the team is before the puck drops?
Put pressure on that goal, shoot as much as you can early on, and stack up on defense, because I think and you're playing the neutral zone is going to win you these games. I don't want to see a repeat of what we saw last game where we had a lot of turnovers in that neutral zone.
No, we played Navy. You wouldn't stop talking about the neutral zone as the puck drops. Aiden Foster shoots one up to the red line, but it's quickly sent out. That was Quentin Schaefer touching the puck as it goes out. Starting for Pitt on offense is Santino Moltari, Audie Ashley, and Quentin Schaefer, while on defense is Alex Peluso and Aiden Foster. Center ice face-off again. Taking the face-off is Samuel Herr for JCU. Quick D-to-D pass after the draw. 12 seconds gone by. A little dump and chase for Pitt as it goes into the left corner. Picking that up, be Boston Yushindo. Backhands that around up to the face of starters. That's quickly passed out of the zone. Coming on is Herr into Pitt's end with a shot, and it goes wide. Starting in goal for the Panthers is Joe Ambrofi, making his first appearance since the game one against Duquesne. I really like the pads he's wearing. Pitt written on both his shin guards.
Lots of yellow.
19 minutes and 19 seconds left in period number one as that nearly went into JCU's end, but now back in the Pitt's end. A quick line change for both sides as Matthew Bobko plays with the puck. Shoots it up into JCU's end as Matt Covelli's and it's behind the net. Wraps that around up to the point. It's passed nearly out of zone with a good keep in by Connor Ralston, but now Charlie Tuddy, one of our players to watch, along with our other player to watch, Anthony LaDreca, push that up the ice in the Pitt's end. 1 minute gone by, still waiting for our first shot on goal. A lot of passes back and forth between these two sides. That's a shot from the points that goes wide into the left side of JCU's end. As Charlie Tuddy playing with it behind the net. Passes that to Sean Deach. You pass that to nobody. But breaking out is Pitt. They had numbers of Daniel Trolls to dump this in and change. Connor Ralston chases on. He takes a shot and a save by number 40, Brody Lurch. 18:28 left in the period.
I have to say, I like the fact that we've won some faceoffs.
A turnover shot. They score. Josh Ripp wakes up JCU as they fell asleep behind their net.
Look at that. One of our players to watch today scores our first goal. I like the fact that he got the puck off really fast as it ricocheted back off from the rebound of the net. Amazing shot by Rip.
Can never fall asleep behind your own net. Josh Ripp is awarded with a huge mistake by John Carroll. The early goals that we always had to see from Pitt whenever we cover one of their games. We saw it against Duquesne. We saw it against Navy. Now we see it again with 18 minutes and 18 seconds left. A huge goal for Josh Ripp as Pitt gets the first goal on their first shot.
Early pressure is going to win you a game.
It's left behind the net for Naston. Now Malley takes that up, and that's taken out by Camden Kraft. Pushed up on the red line. That turns over to Josh Ripp, the goal scorer. Tried to leave that for Colby Bilski. Last time we covered a Pitt game, Bilski had a hat trick. And that's here as part of Pitt's 6-goal onslaught against the Navy midshipmen that is fired out of Pitt's end into John Carroll's end. Ben Nasdam picks that up in the slot. They are announcing Josh Ripp as Nasdam passes that up. No icing is the call. Audie Ambrofi plays it himself, sends it to the right side. Dre Tomai backhands that out of the zone right to Nasdam, who dumps that in, wrapped around behind the net, sticked by Ambrofi, backhanded back around the net by Kiste to Devin Maste. Opens with a saucer pass that goes into JCU's end. Coming on to play that is Luke Henderson. He is met by Henry Seth. And Foster Shindo's going to try and pick this puck up. He is under immense pressure on the left side as that is sent out of Pitt's end. 17 minutes and 14 seconds left in the first period. Score is 1-0 Pitt. The only shot on goal was the Josh Ripp shot that made it 1-0 Pitt. As that is shot out of the zone and nearly hits backup goalies.
You know, what I really want to see from this Pitt offense is I want them to get set in the offensive zone. I haven't seen them get set and do any strict passing yet. quite yet in this first period. And I think if they get set up and add pressure to the goalie, I think that can get us another quick goal.
Still a huge goal indeed. Audie Ashley take the face-off against her. That's sent back to Luke Deaton. There are two Deatons on this team. Sean Deaton, number 16. Luke Deaton, number 23. But that's a chance for Camden Martin. Now a chance for Plinta. He falls down. Trice is averted forward hit as Alex Wusso takes it behind the net. He fans the pass. Still has control of the puck. Tate set up the left side now. Zoning for a target with 16:48 left. Chips that up to Schaefer. That's chipped back into Pitt's end. Aiden Foster saves this out as now Audie Ashley has it. He is met by Deacon and plays immediately tall, but a huge hit by Deacon on Audie Ashley.
He looks like he's okay. He got up. No penalty. Oh, unless I don't believe there's a penalty call. Oh, no penalty called. Sorry, I was watching the ref to see what he was doing.
It was a clean hit. That play was called down for offsides after the neutral zone face-off. JCU controls. John Carroll University wearing their navy jerseys, JCU written on the diagonal. Pitt wearing their white, blue, and gold jerseys. Anthony Directed gets through a defender, tried to get through Henderson, but a nice defensive stop by number 25 to avert a near breakaway opportunity with 16 minutes and 20 seconds left. As that sends up to Henry set at the points. He shoots, and a save by Ambrofi on the follow chance goes behind the net. Huge save for Joe Ambrofi, his first save since being injured, as that is passed up to as Troll controls. He fires a shot that goes on the diagonal and nearly out of zone, but that's slapped back in by Bobko. Henry said trying to control again, wraps that around to no man's land. Matthew Bobko's going to try and hold this in. He does hold it in, but it goes right to Fawcett Schindel, and that puck goes out of JCU's end. Bobko has it, though, at the red line. That's dumped in by Colby Bilski. Brody Lurch plays it behind his net. Shot still 1-1. 15 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first period. 1-0 Pitt as Bilski controls at the slot. Tried to feed that to Rick, who scored the first goal, but ultimately went wide. Rats back around. It looks like JCU will pick this up. That is Sean Deacon trying to send it out. He is wearing the captaincy, but it goes right to Toby Bilski after a regroup enter zone. Trying to find an opening. Tried to pass that to Kiste on the nice pitch, but Zach Zemratz Tatis himself. Potential 2-on-2 opportunity. He enters Pitt's end with the head of steam. Gets around Massey, but he is taken down. No arm is up. Looks like that could have been a trip, but 15:09 left. We remain 5v5. It's a shot, and it's blocked out of zone. A huge block by Josh Sherbert's hit changes. 5 minutes gone by. Any thoughts about these first 5 minutes?
You know, I have to give credit to both defenses so far because neither team has been able to set up a play in either offensive zone. I mean, Rip got a lucky break when he got that rebound off the net, and he was able to score quickly. But other than that, there has been really no offensive play in either zone. So I have to give credit to both defenses so far.
That is covered by Ambrofi, his second stop of the night. Yeah, touch on defense is one thing also. The pace of play, neither side really has any time right now. When one side passes, the other side's already regrouping to go the other way.
Very fast-paced. But again, you give credit to both defenses. That means they're doing their job.
Face-off win for JCU. They are really dominating the face-off circles right now, but Pitt still leads 1-0 as JCU looking for their second shot of the day. Deacon at the points. He shoots. That's stick down by Military, and now Foster passes that out to Schaefer. He's in control, but he has the head of steam. He hasn't controlled the puck. Tries to set that around there, but Luke Deacon beat him there. That was a great defensive play by Deacon. That's pass up to the point. So Foster, a shot, couple of the flashes, and it goes wide.
Just wide.
That's down to the point instead of taking out. Now Sam Herr has it. He's one-on-one with Foster. Trying to get a shot off, and it goes wide to the left side. That just stays in the zone. A good keep-in by Matt Covelli. JCU has possession in the slot, and a shot is tipped up and high.
Deflected by
Well, I want to go back to that Schaefer chance at the offensive end. I remember I had a coach who said, when you're a defenseman, you either want to beat them to the puck, beat them to the point, or beat them behind the net, or beat them to the slot. I thought Dean did a great job being aware of the situation, getting back on his horse, head of steam, and stopping Schaefer behind the net.
That last shot was blocked by number 41.
Another face-off, but turned good clear by the Panthers. But Fawcett Schindler gets in control of the puck before Pitt can make a rush out of it. That's a nice hold by the Panthers. Still held in by Daniel Troll, who hails from Prague. Troll the shot and a save by Lurch. Trying to pick out the trash is JCU, but trying to hold that in is Pitt with 13 minutes and 35 seconds left. Pitt with their second shot of the day as Connor Olsen has it. Feeds that up to Henderson. Henderson trying to make a move, but can't make one as that's sent out of the zone. And on the read through, backhands that to Bobko. 43-25 as the two defensemen get to work. Dish up the middle to Bobko as Edwin Pezzo has it. That's sent down to Bobko. We've seen him pinch a lot this game. That's sent to Henderson, who's also pinching. But good on Pezzo running back. But Toby Bills, he has control of the puck. He shoots in a save by Lurch. That's backhanded up to Matt Bobko.
I really like the offensive control Pitt has right now.
He shoots and it goes wide. Looks like try to aim for Bilsey, but is covered by Lurch. And what do you make of the pinching by Luke Henderson and Matt Bobko? Both getting in the slot, trying to make plays in the offensive zone.
I really like the control Pitt just had in that last bit of stretch. They had a lot of control offensively. I think JCU wanted to stop the puck, and if I'm the JCU goalie, I think he made the right decision stopping play for a bit so they can regroup.
Offensive zone faceoff coming up for Pitt, and JCU once again controls off the faceoff as Nazem pass that up to Kraft. Tried to backhand that to Malley, who enters with head of steam, but a nice defensive play by Cam Kiste. But another chance for Malley. He shoots and a save by Ambrofi, his third save of the night. Austin Malley still has control of the puck as that is sent up to Drake Taunt, who turns it over to Malley. He shoots and a save by Ambrofi.
Two quick shots he had to block there really quickly back to back. I'd say he's so far doing his job coming back from injury.
So far, so good for the netminder of the Panthers. The one thing I got to ask you about is the faceoffs. JCU dominating the circle so far. How does Pitt change that?
You know, faceoffs are a big part of play in hockey. I think if they want to keep momentum up, they won that faceoff, which I'm love to see that.
But as roll the icing, we have to see if they win this faceoff.
Say there's another faceoff. Of course, as soon as I compliment them on winning the faceoff.
So a little bookkeeping. Josh Ripp scored the first goal. That was his 8th goal of the season. 8 goals, 7 assists, 15 points. He had 2 goals against Syracuse last weekend. Now, defensive zone faceoff coming up. It's funny, Pitt in the ACC-HL has given up 42 goals in total. That's the third least. But he looked at how many they scored at home, but a potential opportunity for Pitt, but they lost control of the puck. And his zone was Maltari and Ashley, played behind the net. Maltari tried to go to Ashley, that's sent to the points, up to Schaefer, who turns and dishes that up on the glass to Ashley. The Subs possession, or trying to get possession rather, as he is in a 1-on-2 board battle. Join the fray was Schaefer and Maltari with 11 minutes and 50 seconds left. Sitting out the zone, Plimpton couldn't find the puck. That's kicked away by Foster. Ashley still trying to have possession and on the offsides. It will be a neutral zone faceoff.
This is where I really want to see Pitt win a face-off after I bashed their neutral zone play, last time. I really want to see if they could grab this one.
No, but it is kind of funny. Something we also kind of touched on in the pregame. Pitt 32 goals given up at Alpha Ice Complex. It's the second most in the ACCHL, but in total, giving up the third least goals in the conference. But a chance for Plinta passes that to Nazem. He walks in, but a shot goes wide.
Lucky break there.
Behind the net is Cam Kiste. He stops, trying to see who's open. He's got Daniel Troll right by the point, and he skates in. Passes that short to O'Toole as that's passed to Troll, who sends that behind the net. Devin Maste playing on this shift along with Connor Rolston, who has the puck on the right side. Maste again feeds that cross ice to Kiste, who banks that off the boards up to Henry Seth, who ships that back into Pitt's end. And Ambrofi will just touch this one up. No, he will not. Instead, it goes to Audiash, who's also on the net with 11 minutes left. Shots now 4-3 JCU. Pitt still leads on as Connor Ralston enters JCU's end. Leaves that for Daniel Troll, but his shot was blocked. Cam Kiste tries to backhand that one back in the zone, but it's swiftly sent out of zone by Sean Deacon. He is swiftly taken down. Wristed into JCU's end, but Charlie Tuddy, our player to watch, sends that into Pitt's end. Out of his net is Ambrofi on the backhand up the glass, and to Pezzo, who fires that out of the zone. Foot race to the puck as Ushindil takes that behind the net. He's turning under immense pressure by his Pitt counterpart, Colby Bilski, with 10:25 left in the period. That's taken out by Ushindil. See Danes the right line. Danes the blue line. Passes that to Tuddy, who tries to walk the slot, but his shot goes wide under pressure. Taking this out of the zone and passing that up to Pezzo. Pass back to Bill. He's trying to make that move, and a save by Lurch.
Wow, that was a really great grab by JCU goalie. I'm impressed, man. That was almost a breakaway goal, kind of.
That would have been a sick move for Holy Bilski, but Brody Lurch makes a stop. He has played in 8 games, a 6-1 record, 23 goals against, a 6.99 goals against average, 27 total saves, a 9.73 save percentage. He has 1 shutout this season. Offensive zone coming up for Pitt. And on the face-off, JCU controls. Feints that off the boards. Now a battle on the left side with 9 minutes and 55 seconds left. Peluso holds it in, gives that to Kiste. Sends that down to Drake Tomac, who sends that up to Foster. Foster with a chip shot as it goes right to Lucas Wu, who passed that up to Charlie Mitchell. That is sent back into JCU's end. 9 minutes, 35 seconds left. Backhanded up out of the zone to Mitchell, who's immediately met by Kiste. Now trying to has the puck. Pass that to Wu. His shot's punched out by Ambrofi. 9:23 left in the first period. Pitt leads Wyoming. Shots are 6-4 JCU. What did you make of the first 10 minutes of the period?
You know, I want to see. I like what I'm seeing towards the end of this first period from Pitt offensively. I think they're keeping, minus right now, keeping the puck in the offensive zone, and I'm liking the defensive moves that they're playing. I think their defense has been really strong throughout this whole first period. I don't think I can complain other than about some of the face-offs maybe, but I have to say I think I'm very impressed.
A near chance at a shot that's looks like just went wide.
Imagine I was talking about that and then JCU scored. Woo.
Nearly deflected by Schaefer, but Ambrofi bails out his teammates.
I mean, I don't know what to say about him. He's on it tonight so far. First game back from injury in a while. Happy to have him back.
7 saves for Ambrofi. It was 3-1 Pitt with about, 13, 14 minutes left in the period. It's been 6-1 JCU since then. What has changed in JCU's game to get up 7-4 in shots?
I definitely think that I'm seeing more offensive play for them in the second half of the first period. And I think it's
potential breakaway opportunity for Trolby to get past McAvoy, but a nice play by him under pressure, forcing that to the outside. That'll be taken out by Deacon, who passes that cross ice to Plinta, who was under pressure from Kiste with a good defensive stop to force a bad shot to Ambrofi.
Still think that was the right move. Have the face off instead of the puck getting rebounded for another shot.
So 8 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first period. Score is 1-0 Pitt. Josh Ripp got the goal, his 8th of the season. With 8 minutes left, some play behind the nets. 7:59 seconds left. Shots 8-4 in favor of JCU as it's Tandon Kraft trying to battle behind the net, but backhanded around by Matthew Bobko. Luke Henderson's going to skate this one up. Bloop set out the zone right to Luke Deacon, who fires that back into Pitt Center with 7 minutes and 45 seconds left. 7:40 left in the period. That's saucered out of the zone right to Pezo, but quickly chipped out of the zone by JCU. JCU's doing a great job responding to all of Pitt's chances, whether it's a stretch pass, but a huge chance, and it creeps in. We are tied.
I don't know. That seems like a little bit of a weird goal, but it almost like it looked like it got deflected in because I saw it get blocked on that first attempt shot, and I thought it was going to go wide, but it trickled in there.
I'm going to see who they tried this goal to. That sign is just unfortunate, and Bro isn't playing a great game, but it's the little chipper that gets through.
You're in the wrong place at the wrong time, and it gets dipped in.
But unfortunately, that is hockey.
Yeah, you could say that again.
Again, I'm going to have to see who they tried the goal to because that was just such a shocker how it just creeped in. As Tuddy skates this after the faceoff, passes that to Deacon, who walks the blue line. Try and take this in net by Peluso with 7 minutes and 19 seconds left. Shots 9-4 JCU. Again, it was 3-1 Pitt, but JCU has stepped up their offensive play as Cam Kiste takes us behind the net. What can Pitt do to counter that and get some offensive chances of their own?
They're
They
not,
go.
they need to get it out of the zone.
Well, they can't have a turnover like they just had as Tuddy try and get a chance from it. He's free. Falling down to make that save was Ambrofi. A slap shot saved by Ambrofi.
They need to get it out of the zone.
2 big saves for number 1 as that's ripped out of Pitt's end, quickly fired back in. Aiden Foster has control of the puck. On the saucer pass, gives that to Henderson. I think Pitt's got to stop with these saucer has to just go simultaneous pass as Anthony LaDretta states this in. And a big chance and another key save by Ambrofi, bashing out the lever left.
It's still not out of the zone.
And another chance for Dreka, but quickly stopped by K-State. The defense is doing a great job placing pressure on JCU as John Luca dumps that in as Pitt changes with 6 minutes and 7 seconds left. The shots are 12-1 JCU.
It's a pretty long shift for them.
They just announced Camden Tread is getting traded with the goal. 6 minutes left in the period. Potential breakaway for Schaefer. Out of his net is Lurch. Blocked by Schaefer. Still in JCU's end. 5 minutes and 55 seconds left. Up to the points is Chase. He shoots and a save by Lurch. Turning it around now is Nasdam. He passed it off the boards to Plinta. But ultimately Plinta couldn't catch that cleanly as 14 has again. He tried to wrap it around. But the net is off its points and we have some pushing and shoving after the fact.
We saw in that last Navy game we did, Pitt is very protective over their goalies. It caused a bunch of squirrels last game, I'd say. It's a weird word, but I guess that's the best way to describe it.
Well, that's what you got to have. You got to protect your goalie.
Yes.
No matter what, you never, ever let anyone get near your goalie after a whistle.
GCU is outscoring Pitt right now 13-5, which is complete turnaround of what we saw within these first 5 minutes of this period. There's been a complete offensive turnaround in the second half of this first period.
Even though it's an offensive set, I'd credit to JCU's back check, their ability to quickly shut down all of Pitt's chances. Pitt's been entering the zone, a lot of saucer, a lot of stretch passes, but JCU has been regrouping. That's a shot from Covelli, and it's blocked by Schaefer. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left as Schaefer's going to take this out of the zone. And he is met by Covelli, but gets through. Potential 3-on-1 opportunity for Pitt. A pass, and it's either just wide or is a huge save by Lurch with 5:17 left. But nevertheless, JCU's going to try and break this out of zone. Held in barely by Bobko, but not enough as Luke Henderson has that outside his zone. He takes it in. Passes that up to Rawlson. He couldn't catch that cleanly as Luke Deacon trying to get possession of that puck. Now it's passed to Toole. Backhand, a chance saved by Lurch. Puck is still free. And JCU sends that to the left corner while the net was open, so they avoided a worst-case scenario with 4:49 left. Up to the points. D to Bobko. He shoots. It's chipped on the way. Doesn't go to the net. Now on the left side, Henderson pinching in to try and hold the puck in. A nice backed up is O'Toole. And they score!
Wow.
Deflected by Troll, and Pitt leads 2-1.
Wow, that went in right into the upper left corner of that net. Perfectly placed.
So linesmen and the refs are discussing. They think it touched off of Troll's hands, so it should not be a goal.
I don't know.
But what about the shot from O'Toole though? Backing up, making the play.
A really, really smart shot. I think you're not going to score a goal unless you shoot the puck. So, I really like the pressure I saw. Oh, they took back the goal.
Well, it was too good to be true.
I didn't see it hit the hand, but I guess it was deflected in by his hand.
Yeah, well, when I watch this game back later, I'll see if it did hit somebody's hand.
There was a lot of discussion from the JCU parents. I mean, JCU is not that far from here, so.
Yeah, I saw JCU's coach immediately point to the officials. 4:35 left, but nevertheless, Pitt has to keep that offensive pressure going. I really like the Henderson-Bobko pairing. They're really playing a ton of future. Something really hard to do as defense, but they are doing a great job of it. Now a big chance for Tuddy. He's getting around Peluso. He starts the ball. He deets, and he scores! JCU takes the lead 10 seconds after Pitt's goal was called off.
That's a hard goal to give up after your goal just got taken away. That was a nice pass. Who was that, Tuggy who scored? Yeah.
Charlie Tuddy, number 10.
That's a great pass he got, and he was able to handle the puck and take a shot, and it went in.
So that is Charlie Tuddy's 15th goal of the season. He now has 11 points in his last 4 games. That's a horrible time to give a goal for Pitt.
And now Pitt should be aggressive in the offensive zone and get some pressure on this goalie and tie it right back up.
They got to keep the pressure going as John Lutat's under pressure. See, backhands that to Devin Mastay. Sends that up to the red line. And now Henry Set enter the zone. Pitt really has to clean up their passes.
Yeah.
Got to be simple take-to-day passes. Can't be stretching it to the red line. They're having
trouble getting it out of their own zone right now. It's not getting past the neutral zone right now.
No, it is not, as that's sent behind into Pitt's end. Devin Massey picks up, sends it to Cam Kidsey. 3 minutes and 37 seconds left. Blooped out of zone. Tanner Plint plays with his hands. He touches up. Good pressure by Massey. Passes that up to Drake Tomac, who sends that around Tanner Flagero. Passes that back. A shot, and it goes wide behind the net. Bobko pinching in. Pass to Tomac, who back checks Ben Nasdam on the ground. Tomac sends it to Rolls. He shoots it. A save by Lurch. On the follow chance, another save.
I like the shot. I do. It was a quick shot from the side. Props to the goalie for stopping it.
There's certain plays where you really just can't blame yourself. Just a great save by the goal. I think that was one of those plays. The quick awareness by Lurch to get to the back door. Offensive zone face-off coming up for Pitt. 3:10 left in the period. Shots are 9-14 JCU. Pitt wins the face-off up to the points. Henderson passes that down to Kroll, who feeds that to Bobko. His shot chipped, goes behind the net. Battling for it is Ralston and Flagera.
That's a pass I don't love, but too late now, I guess.
It's pass to Ralston under pressure. And that is sent out of Pitt's and no icing is a call of the lines. And then we get 2 refs, 2 lines in here in the ACHA. 2:45 left in the first period. Despite giving up 2 goals, Joe Ambrofi has looked solid in his first game back. With 12 of 14 shots he has saved. Trying to break that out, but either Pitt took too long or there was some good but odd pressure by Canada is there. Breaking it out again as that's banked off the wall. Icing arm is up, and that will be an icing.
We got a little more than 2 minutes left in this first period. I really need Pitt to get aggressive in the offensive zone. They can't right now. They're having trouble getting the puck past the neutral zone, and it's being kept in JCU's offensive zone. And that's not a pattern I want to see for the rest of this game.
So on the defensive zone face-off, it is Austin Malley.
Has to do with the sloppy passing that we're seeing throughout so far.
Got Anthony Ladrecka, versus Daniel Troll. Ladrecka wins the face-off. A quick shot and a save by Ambrofi. Counter rolls and banks that off the boards. Trying to find Daniel Troll. He finds Daniel Troll, who sends that into the left side as Pitt changes. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left. What do you want to see from Pitt during these last 2 minutes?
Well, it would have been nice to win that face-off, but we move on.
Sandejan passes that in. No goal!
Ooh,
it hit off the post.
That hit the crossbar.
Post crossbar. What matters is that it wasn't a goal, but the refs are discussing.
No goal. That bounced off the bar. You heard it.
Nevertheless, a huge break for Pitt. Immediately after,
it's a problem. You can't get the puck out of the zone. They're gonna have a chance to score. They're gonna have chances to score, and that's ultimately they gotta clean up their play.
As I said, they gotta be simple, fast, and smart. Especially during these last 2 minutes. Looks like a penalty is being called. So Nolan O'Toole is going to the box for 2 minutes. Did you see a call? I didn't see one.
No goal is all I saw. Because then that stopped play, I believe.
So Pitt to the penalty kill for the first time today. They will have a 3-second penalty kill in the second period if JC does not score here.
Maybe interference?
That could be a possibility. It looks like
didn't see the
JCU
call.
trying to set up. It's like trying to go with a bit of a overload formation right now as that is passed to Sean Deacon, excuse me. That's quickly stopped.
Goal came off.
And arm is up. I don't think it was for a penalty. I think it was just for a stoppage in play. But 1:34 left in the first period. On the power play this season, John Carroll has a power play percentage of 35.4%. That's second in the CHMA and 17 power play goals. That's passes the points after the faceoff. It's a shot and a save by Brophy. The puck is still loose and Brophy's on the ground. And the net is off.
Kind of flopping around on the ice there for a second. Pitt really needs to win this next faceoff and get the puck out of their zone. That will be such a key component to beating this penalty. Killing this penalty, I should say.
Pitt wins the faceoff. That's sent up the glass and to the right side. On the power play for JCU is Austin Malley, Zach Zemrak, Charlie Tuggy, Sean Deacon, and Anthony LaGreca. It's Tuggy at the points. Passes that to Deacon. He shoots and he scores!
Nice shot to the upper, I want to say middle, upper middle net, and just another one got past Ambrofi. When there's a lot of people in his eyesight, it's hard to see the puck.
Yeah, not only that, it's JCU's done a great job on capitalizing on Pitt's mistakes. Pitt has not done a really good job of capitalizing on their chances. The other thing JCU's been very good at capitalizing is their offensive zone time. Pitt's really been pressuring them, but any chances all they have that's open, they've been able to put the puck in the back of the net.
They're out shooting Pitt 17-9, and it's really can see that with the score 3-1, JCU.
Now
about a minute left to play here.
Now Pitt has come back before. They came back against Navy. They've come back against Penn State. This is nothing they haven't done before. With 50 seconds left, though, but giving up a late goal on the penalty kill with already being down is not a good sign, as that's given JCU a lot of momentum going into the intermission, as that is wrapped around, picked up by O'Toole. It's Tanner Ralston now, who passes that to Troll, taken by Luke Henderson. He shoots and a save, and they score! Daniel Troll puts it in, and this one will count.
Nice quick goal from Pitt. That is definitely what they needed coming to the end of this first period. I like how it was so quick after JCU scored their goal. That's how you get the momentum back in a hockey game.
And that is how you do it. They score with less than a minute left. You score with less than a minute left. Back to a one-goal game. Team momentum shift for the Panthers.
Let's see what we can get in these last 30 seconds, and I'm excited to see what the second period brings us. They can clean up their play in JCU's offensive zone. That'd be great.
Face-off win by Pitt. Aiden Foster has the puck. He couldn't pass that cleanly. Alex Luso sends that up the middle, not caught cleanly by Ashley. Looks like it bounced off his foot. But the puck is now controlled by JCU. Icing arm is... Looks like they're going to call it... I don't know if it was an icing or a hand pass, but nevertheless, it'll be a neutral zone face-off, not an offensive zone face-off for Pitt. Nevertheless, you are 12 seconds and about, I want to say 50 feet from the JCU goal. Got to see they didn't capitalize here. Oh, 10 seconds left. JCU controlled after the draw. Sent that up to Foster. Passes that softly up the middle. And Zach Zemmer's going to send this into Pitts and Alex Luso has 1 second left. And as the buzzer sounds, that will do it here in the first period. But it was an exciting period for all parties involved. 3-2 John Carroll. We will take a short break, and when we come back, Angie and I will break down what we just witnessed in the first period.
Hi, I'm Noah, and I'm the president of Broadcasting Club at Pitt.
My name is Nico, and I am the vice president of Broadcast Club.
My name is Natalie, and I'm the business manager for the Broadcasting Club.
My name is Farron, and I'm the social chair of the Broadcasting Club.
Hi, I'm Maxine, and I'm on-air coordinator for the Broadcast Club.
Hi, I'm Amanda, and I'm the technical logistics chair this year.
Hi, I'm Michaela, and I am co-recruitment chair.
My name is Jade, and I am the co-recruitment chair.
Broadcast Club is a place where people with an interest in broadcasting can come together and film and live stream various clubs on campus, such as club hockey games, PDM, as well as all the other clubs on campus that are able to be broadcasted. And it's a great way to get experience both in front of and behind the camera for everyone who's interested.
So I joined Broadcast Club because I was really looking to get more broadcasting and on-air experience. I really only had radio experience at the time when I was a sophomore, so that was really important to me.
I joined Broadcast Club to learn more about the field. I was really interested in broadcasting and news, and I found the club really exciting, so I joined.
When I toured Pitt my senior year of high school, I got to see a Pitt to the Point episode, and I actually got to talk to the former president and vice president, and they kind of talked about their club and their plans for it. So I made sure to look out for it at the involvement fair when I got here my freshman year, and I've been doing it ever since.
So it's a funny story. I was actually in the bathroom of an Eaton Park, and that is where I met the president and vice president of the club, and they told me I should join, and here I am, and it's awesome.
I joined the Broadcast Club because it was my junior year and I had never been part of a club, and I wanted to do something that I was interested in. It was taking my classes, and I wanted to experience doing that kind of work, but not in a classroom setting.
I joined Broadcast Club because it's something that I have an interest in, and it's a really great opportunity to get a chance to try things out before you fully go into the career path and try everything that you want to try.
I joined Broadcast Club because I did it all through high school, and it's what I want to do when I leave college as well. It's just a really good opportunity for me to continue to do it and meet new people and get better at it.
I took Broadcast 1 the spring of my freshman year with Lisa, shout out Lisa, and I kind of fell in love. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with college, and now I know, so it's kind of just helped me grow in ways I never thought I could, and it's a really good time.
One of my favorite parts of Broadcast Club is the people. We're a very tight-knit group of people, and everyone has a really great time being with each other.
All the people, okay, first of all, you meet your best friends in this club.
I like the community.
Definitely the people.
It's just a great community.
The connections that I've made.
All the people you get to meet and all the fun you get to have while you broadcast different events.
My favorite part of the club is definitely the people. I think we have the best community. I think everyone's so willing to help each other. We're really tight-knit. If you join, I promise you it'll be a great time.
I'm looking forward to the various broadcasts that we do. Really excited this semester for club hockey games and then PDM in the following semesters.
I am looking forward to PDM again. I had so much fun the past 2 years when I've done PDM. I'm also looking forward to finally being able to do hockey games.
I'm looking forward to doing the hockey games because I had a lot of fun with them last year.
I'm really excited for hockey. I'm excited for PDM.
I'm really looking forward to the hockey games, but as well as finding new clubs and getting to broadcast their events and helping them promote their club.
I'm looking forward to helping people feel more comfortable and confident in broadcasting, alongside helping their public speaking skills.
I'm looking forward to bringing in more diversity to Broadcast Club, just bringing in more people from different backgrounds and experiences, and just making sure that everyone that's interested in broadcasting can really get involved in it.
The reason I wanted to play at the college level is due to my awesome brothers that I have. I have 2 older brothers who have pushed me my whole life to become a better person and a better hockey player. And watching my brother be able to go out and play at a high level has made me want to do the same, and it's pushed me to continue to work and develop on my hockey, but let alone hockey, also develop as a person. And I think that's a huge reason of why I'm still playing today and pursuing college hockey. I am a transfer student from Carroll. I transferred in this year. This is my first year at Pitt. And I think being able to come from a smaller school and understanding what it's like to be at a smaller school and then moving on to a much bigger school has gave me the ability to meet new people and almost self-market, go out and meet people, connect, and understand them a little better. And being able to come to Pitt and be on the hockey team and develop new friendships with a bunch of awesome people, that also gives me a lot of opportunity. And the organization has been great to me. I've got to spend a lot of time at the rink with the coaches and the players and be able to just enjoy my time playing hockey and getting my education at the same time. I wanted to transfer from Carroll, not due to hockey at all. I had a great time, great experience there with those amazing people, but at the same time I knew that I wasn't very sure on what I wanted to do in a profession, and I think I used my time at Carroll to develop and find an idea of what I wanted to do with my life. And once I figured that out, I think school was the second part. I think being at a small school, like I said earlier, caused me to kind of self-quarantine and not go out and meet people and market with other people. So once I got to Pitt, it gave me a great opportunity to go out and meet new people and have the ability to market and get myself out there. So I think it comes down to what I truly wanted as my rest of my life and my profession and how I was going to get there. Just my education and my profession changed my ideas of what I wanted to do and where I wanted to be. I mean, yeah, for sure, my teammates are awesome. I have a great group of guys who are always trying to push me to be a better person and push me to go out and meet people. And I think the friendships we have and the tight bonds creates a lot of opportunity for us to be able to go out and meet people and use our alumni, use every opportunity we have to market ourselves and each other. I think being able to, let alone market me for someone else to see that I'm a good person, but also to be able to do it the same and be able to support them when they're in their needs too. My goals for individually is to continue producing and being a team player and just grow the culture a little more and spread hockey across Pittsburgh. I think that's a big thing for me, being from Pittsburgh. I think that I love the game so much that I want to spread it on and on through Pittsburgh and give everyone an opportunity to watch and play. For a team goal, I mean, we have a great group of guys and we continue to get better and better every year. So I mean, the Nationals are something we're looking forward to in the next 2 to 3 years. I think that's a big goal for the team and a big jump, but I think it's very obtainable with the guys we have and the culture we are building. Yeah, being from Pittsburgh has created a great hockey culture for me. I grew up playing, watching. I mean, the Penguins are obviously my favorite. I mean, and being able to watch the Pens and go win those Stanley Cups has just created such a great environment for Pittsburgh. And being able to go out and say, I play for the University of Pittsburgh. And being from Pittsburgh, it plays a huge impact on me because it's a little bit of 412 pride. And being able to go out and be recognized as a Pittsburgh hockey player still means so much to me. I've been playing in Pittsburgh my whole life, and to be able to continue doing that and still go to school, it's just amazing. It's a great opportunity for me, and I have enjoyed it to the max. I mean, just going out and being able to have fun in Pittsburgh and play for the University of Pittsburgh, being from Pittsburgh. So it's a pretty cool opportunity.
Is officially back and in the books.
Stefanski just shoots and she scores. They are the winningest team in Pittsburgh history.
Ball sent in, Sullivan, Pittsburgh, 1-0.
Great strike, Michael Sullivan.
Pittsburgh has a share of the ACC title in 2022.
The record set by Tony Dorsett has been broken by Israel Abanikanda here.
The Pitt Panthers are going into the next round for the first time in program history.
It came from Joshua, who scored it with about a minute into the game, and then Daniel Troll scores about 30 seconds left in the period. Angie, what did you see in that period?
You know, I think that Pitt needs to possess the puck a lot more coming into the second period. I think JCU had way more control. They outshot Pitt 17-10 in that period, especially in the second half. And what I want to see is I want to see Pitt possess the puck a little more. I want to see some more clean passes, specifically, hopefully, fingers crossed, in Pitt's own offensive zone. And I say that because Pitt had a lot of trouble getting the puck out of JCU's offensive zone. They had trouble clearing it out of the neutral zone. And I think if you want to add more pressure onto the JCU goalie, you need to clean up that play there first, so you can get those opportunities to have those shots on goal. I also want to see a little bit more clean defense. JCU has been able to have clean shots, and that's what's allowed them to come back from the 1-goal deficit that they had early in that first period, and now they're leading Pitt 3-2. So I do want to see Pitt get sort of more control of that puck.
Goals for JCU during the first period came from Camden Kraft. A bit of a freak accident for Pitt's sake. And then Charlie Tuddy scored on a near breakaway opportunity for him. And then Sean Deegan scored at the points on the power play on a nice shot JCU's offense, they at one point in the period being outshot 3-1. Now are out shooting Pitt 17-10. At one point, the shots were 13-4. What did you see from JCU's offense, and how can Pitt counter that better in the second period?
I mean, JCU's offense didn't come out as strong as I think Pitt's offense did, and I think that momentum turned around real quick. I think the momentum turned around a lot when Pitt had that missed goal. I think that had a lot to play with it, because after that goal that got taken back, I hadn't seen the puck in Pitt's own offensive zone in multiple minutes, and I don't think I've ever seen that from the Pitt team so far yet this season, at least from my own watching. They've at least been able to get the puck into the zone.
Yeah, I feel like struggling with passing in terms of getting into the offensive zone. Something we saw in the first period against Navy and continuing in the second period, but at some point, Pitt cleaned it up and scored 6 goals in about 6 minutes. So anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Just clean up the play. Passing the puck is foundational hockey, and I think they know how to do that. They know how to clean up the play, and I think they just have to do it. It's just a matter of getting their confidence back, getting that momentum back, and being able to shoot the puck.
Yeah, and what do you think Coach Rolnick's message in the locker room was to these Panthers?
Clean up your play. I think he was stern on them. I think he's going to say, you guys know how to pass the puck, so pass the puck. Because right now we're not seeing those short, clean passes that we usually see from this Pitt team. We're seeing some, like you said, saucer passes, that aren't always going to a direct player.
Yeah, as I said, simple, fast, smart, 3 keys to Pitt's offense and really to any team. JCU capitalized on that as it went on, making every opportunity do. And also their back check was tremendous in the first period, countering every offensive zone opportunity Pitt had.
That's right. I mean, we saw Pitt were multiple minutes where Pitt could not get the puck past the neutral zone. And I say this constantly. Neutral zone play is so, so important. And I think that's where a lot of the momentum shifts happen, because I think whoever has controlled the neutral zone is going to be outplaying you in the game.
Yeah, and it looks like both sides have entered the ice. Looks like an issue with. Do we have an issue with the ice? Looks like the officials are talking to the JCU about something. It doesn't look like Pitt is too concerned, but it is something to maybe keep an eye on, as both sides have taken the ice. JCU defending the right, Pitt attacking the right, defending the left. We have changed sides. Let's see if the score can change for Pitt, and they can capitalize on that momentum from scoring the goal with 3 seconds left. But a quick defensive grab sends that puck into JCU's end. 11 seconds gone by, wrapped around by Camden Martin. Sent around again by Plinta, right to Ralston, whose bad angle shot nearly went in, but hit off the post. And now carried in by number 17, Samuel Herr, as Daniel Troll states that out into JCU's end, leaves that for Alex Beluso on a cross-ice pass, a shot and a save by Lurch.
Gets the goalie early. That is so key.
Brody Lurch had 8 saves in the first, has 1 so far in the second. It's interesting looking back. These two teams didn't play last year. They met last year, and they met every year. And then going back to the 2018-19 season, nearly every match between these two teams is a close matchup, but no match between these two teams has been a 1-goal game save for 2 of them. Each side won one of them, and one of those was an overtime affair that JCU won. There are a lot of 2-goal and 3-goal games. It was a 2-goal lead for JCU for about 15 seconds before Pitt came back and scored 30 seconds left in the second period, but 19:05 left as JCU breaks out, enters Pitt's end, and a dump and chase. Brophy plays that himself, backhands that up around out of the glass. Staying out that his team was number 20, Cheeling, is that
I'd consider that a sloppy pass. I mean, there was no exact person there. There's maybe some miscommunication.
now a 2-on-1 opportunity for JCU, a shot and a save by Ambrofi.
Heard Pitt coach just ask what one of the Pitt players are doing, and I'm gonna have to agree with them. I mean, there was a turnover right over here in the neutral zone, like we talked about, and he got a shot off. And thank goodness for Joe Ambrofi, but he's not gonna save. He's not gonna save you every single time. A goalie can only do so much.
I will say, if an announcer can hear what a coach is saying, it's probably not good.
I have to agree.
On the face-off, Pitt control. That was one thing I had to clean up from the first year. They could not win a face-off, as that is sent out a pizza in the JCU's, and that'll be picked up by Luke Deacon, who skates that around, sends that up the glass. It's still in the zone. A big shot from Schaefer, also off the glass and wide, as Devin Mastey holds that in, sends that back around. Pinching in is Kiste. He's trying to possession the puck, going up against Charlie Tuddy. Holding the fort was Edward Pezzo, and a nice hold by the forward. He walks and he shoots, and it goes wide off goes off the netting after a save by Lurch.
I like the steal he had though there. That's what I want to see more of from Pitt. They're keeping the puck in their own offensive zone, and that's going to be key because then you can create pressure, then you can get your players, then you can get your teammates set up, and once you get them to play, you can shoot.
Also, one thing to add on that play was the great hold. It was in fact Tina Moltari as Pitt wins the faceoff. Ashley controls it now. He can't get through as Deacon sends it all the way out of zone, and a heads-up pass to Tuddy. No ice. He takes that around, and that passes that for Deacon. A save by Ambrofi. Moving quick once again as Tuddy has it. He passed that to a director, but he couldn't control. And Schaefer has the puck. He sends that out of the zone. Icing arm is up. It will not be called. Waved off. I credit to some great play by Moltari. With 17:29 left, that is passed to number 27, Charlie Mitchell. Shipped up and in to JCU's end, but an icing is called.
Now, when you can hear the coach yelling over, up, I mean, clearly it's things that these guys should know.
Yeah, and another thing to add about JCU, they're on a 4-game win streak. They won 5 of their last 6 games. So they are a team that is hungry and knows how to win, playing against Pitt, who has also won quite a few of their most recent games. 6-1-1 on this 8 of 9 game homestand, looking to make it 7-1-1 before they hit the road to play against these JCU once again in Ohio. But the schedule is only getting tougher, and next week they play number 1 ranked Niagara in Niagara. Pezzo has the puck, try to pass it into the slot to ultimately no one as JCU breaks out. And a nice heads-up play by Foster, trying to send that back in JCU's end, but ultimately to no avail. As Charlie Mitchell, under pressure, still has possession of the puck. That is taken in. A nice head-up by Foster, but ultimately blocked by Wu. Chloe Bilsey passes that out to Pezzo, who tries to send that to Rip. But Bilsey controls. He takes that in. Bilsey with a shot and a save by Lurch. Taking up the puck is Mitchell. He has a lot of time to work with. Gains the red line, dumps that in as JCU changes. Matthew Bobko backhands that around. Fed to Daniel Troll by Luke Henderson. Troll scored the second goal with 30 seconds left as Matthew Bobko skates it in. A shot that was nearly deflected into his own net by Seth. Now wrapped around. Ralston trying to recover. He's under a battle with, but now into the slot. A shot from Henderson doesn't go.
Could have been a great
16 minutes left in the period. Shot starting to come for the Panthers. That is taken out of the zone. Camden Martin gets that in to Pitt's end. He's trying to send that into the slot area, but ultimately Daniel Troll picks up the puck. Passes that to O'Toole. He walks in. He shoots, and a save by Lurch. Not enough on that shot, but the shots are now not up at 18. Score still 3-2 JCU. We have played 4.5 minutes. No score yet from either side.
Seeing that the shots have evened up now, that does give me some comfort knowing that Pitt is trying to take a little more aggression towards their offensive play, and I think that's a good sign.
But a bad turnover, and the shot from Malley goes wide. A huge break by Pitt. Also, a nice hit by Kiste.
Good sign coming in that second period that they were able to tie up these shots. I'm still not loving the play in the neutral zone. I wanted to scream that. I've been saying that over and over again, but it seems like the play is just not clean when we're there. I just don't understand why, though.
I think it has just something to do with the pressure John Carroll is putting on Pitt. A lot of the defensive zone play, they don't have the time to set up a breakout and break through his Tate passes. As Keeling takes this one himself, enters the offensive zone, walks the blue line, trying to get into the slot. And that's sent behind the net. Keeling still places some pressure on with 14 minutes and 57 seconds left. And it's passed up to the points, but Kiste couldn't control. He had Devin Naste playing with him. Interesting. It doesn't look like Brady Rotolo is playing in this game, and neither is Derek Petrzik, two stalwarts of this Pitt hockey team every time we have covered a game. Rotolo, the team captain. So obviously a huge loss to have him not in the lineup today with 14 minutes and 30 seconds left. Taken behind the net, Peluso picks it up. Alex Peluso leaves that for Audie Ashley after a blocked pass. Ashley backhands that back to Peluso, who's now taking this behind the net. Shots now at 18, 14 minutes and 18 seconds left. That's passed up for Schaefer. No icing. That goes behind the net. Audie Ashley going to pick this one up. He's immediately met by Tanner Plinta. Passing that up to the points. Foster gives that back to Ashley. He shoots on the pressure. A save by Lurch. He made two saves on that play to keep it a 3-2 game.
Solid shot on goal once again, and one of them's bound to go in if they keep adding this pressure. They're now up 19-18 with shots on goal against JCU, and I think if they keep that pressure up, one of those shots is bound to go in.
You got to keep you 100% right, Angie. Let's see what happens on this offensive zone draw. Again, winning faceoffs with a huge liability for Pitt. Look, they're in the disqualify, and no, they are not going to disqualify. Oh, they are going to disqualify Anthony Greca. The ref did a little bit of a guessing game with me as Sean Deegan to take this faceoff. That's sent up to Foster. He shoots and a save by Lurch right off the draw. 13:59 left in the second period. Shots now 20-18 Pitt. They're leading in the shots over the first time since about the 10-minute mark in the first period.
I'm liking the face-off play so far, too. See if they can win this one again. Every time I say that, they seem to lose a face-off. But no, they won the face-off. Look at that.
Pass to Schaefer. A shot, actually, and covered by Lurch. So, Brody Lurch now 19 saves on the game. 15 saves for Joe Ambrofi. The goalies have really been good today, especially Ambrofi, who's playing his first game back from injury.
And I like to say that.
As the time Schaefer controls, try to get a shot up, but went wide and ultimately right to Novelli. That is sent across ice to Tuddy, but ultimately right to Peluso. A little too much on that pass. Now Deacon controls. Try to pass it to the slot, and a chance for Malley, and a save by Ambrofi. A huge save for Ambrofi on the wide open Austin Malley.
I'd like to say that even though JCU is up 3-2, not all three of those goals are definitely not to blame Joe Ambrofi. I mean, you know, one of them just trickled in. There was a lot of traffic in the way of the goal. You know, things happen, but some of that is to blame the Pitt defense. You know, but he's played overall pretty well so far. And we're about halfway through the.
That's sent out of the zone after the faceoff. Bilsey beats out the icing. He doesn't control the puck. He wraps it around. He still has possession. Passes that to Pezo. He shoots and a save by Lurch. Rebound is still open as JCU clears the trash, but it's still in their end and is quickly sent out of the zone. 13 minutes and 9 seconds left with another big chance for Pitt and Toby Bilski. That is sent in to JCU's end. Behind the net is played by Fujihara. Sends that up the left board. Trying to be scooped up by Rip. That is held in. Now not held in. It's usually sent to Bobko to regroup. Passes that up to Bilski, but also not enough control by him. It is sent out of the zone once again, taken up by Henderson. just into JCU's end as Naz then passes that to Fujihara to regroup. It's fired out of JCU's end and sent into Pitt's end on a cross-ice board bank. Sent back to Henderson. Luke Henderson, Nazi Bobko. Two defenders who have really been playing 200 feet today. That's pass cross ice to Troll. His shot is blocked and sent to the left side. Lucas rotates it out as Pitt's defense is changing. Gets on to play defense. The shot goes wide. Camden Martin pitches the puck on the left side of Pitt zone. 12 minutes and 12 seconds left. Shots 22-19. Still no scoring from either side in this second period. Send up to the point. Shindo with a shot, and it's blocked. Hitting out the zone. Pass to Troll, but he has to chase that puck. And Troll gets possession. Sends that around the net to Rolston. Rolston on the wraparound. Couldn't get enough on that. Sends up, and a shot goes wide. 11:49 left in the period. Still no score. As JCU still leads 3-2. Shots 23-19 in favor of John Carroll University. Sent to, looks like number 13, Tanner Plinta. He is immediately checked in the boards by Kiste. That's a great board check by number 2. It is sent out of Pitt's end. Shindai sends that back in, but right to Keelan, who walks his own blue line, gets around Plinta, trying to take this up himself, leaves that for Tomac. Offside arm is up. So Lukács has to get out of the zone as Shindai tries to break this out, and a big hit by Lukács. But the puck goes out of JCU's end. Having a regroup is Audie Ashley. He takes it himself. He's going to go behind the net and then try to go for the backdoor pass, but ultimately to no avail. But 10:54 left in the period. JCU still leads 3-2. Regrouping is Faisal back in pit, sending a take, or Peluso, excuse me. He takes this up himself. Pass that up on a shot and a save and cover by Lurch.
Pitt they're now up 24-19 with shots on goal against JCU. They've stepped up their offensive game so far. We're about halfway through this second period now. Now the momentum shift changed about halfway through the first period, so let's see if they can keep this momentum up and hopefully tie this one up.
Touch still in JCU's end. The face-off thrown into the boards by Audie Ashley was number 20 said Zach Zemrak, and Pitt will get a penalty. It's a board call, so Pitt goes back to the kill.
Oh boy. It's also something you cannot do.
No, you should go.
I was just gonna say this is what's gonna kill you. The sloppy play, the sloppy passing, the turnovers, the penalties. It's not gonna help you win a game. And they know that. It's just this is something. This could be another momentum shift. I mean, you had a goal taken away from you, and that's where the momentum shifted halfway through the first period. Now you got a penalty halfway through the second period, and JCU could take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's Audie Ashley off with a minor for boarding. 10:25 left there. 1-for-1 in man advantage. The quick shot goes wide. Puck is sent to the right side as Ambrofi quickly recovered. He has made 16 saves today. Shots 24-19 in favor of the University of Pittsburgh. Deacon has the puck. Passes that down to Malley. A shot and a save by Ambrofi.
What's going to be key on this next face-off is get the puck out of the zone. Icing doesn't get called during penalties, so please get the puck out of the zone. Get some fresh pair of legs out there, and see if you can kill off this penalty. We're about 20 seconds killed so far.
It sends it up to the points after the draw. Pass down to Malley. Sent back up to Tuggy. Feeds to Malley once again. Sends that to Deacon. Deacon in control. Passes that to Tuggy. Sends that to no one. Sean Deacon picks it up. Slaps that to Malley. Dishes it back to Tuggy, who feeds it to Malley once again. Working the points and the high slot as Tuggy walks. And he shoots, and a glove saved by Ambrofi.
The goalie's not going to bail you out of every single one of those. I think there was a lot of open space that I saw there. I think Pitt needs to get in the way. I mean, that's what defense does. They need to get in the way.
So it's huge defensive zone face-off for Pitt, but this game halfway over. What do you think of the first 10 minutes of the second period, and how do you compare it to the first? That's a quick face-off, a shot by Deacon. No passes. The net is open, and it goes wide. A huge break for Pitt. 1:09 left on the power play. But a huge break for Pitt as that net was open, and JCU could not capitalize. As Sean Deacon pitches that puck, sends that up to the points to Tuggy. Deacon controls. He shoots.
Less
Looks like
than a minute left of this power play. Pitt just needs to get the puck out of their zone. Kill 10 seconds or so.
Austin Malley sends that down to, and the net is open on the wraparound. They score. Anthony Ledgreca puts a pitchfork in the net to make it 4-2 JCU.
I have to admit, that was a really good shot. He went behind the net, and Ambrofi just doesn't get back quick enough, and there's a hole, and, he's able to tuck that puck in there, and I think he's one of their top players for a reason on JCU, so.
So another power play goal. JCU 2 for 2. It looks like Hazel discussing things with the referee. There's really curious to hear what this is about. Or at the end of the day, the wraparound and Soljo's got to be smarter on the penalty kill. He can't be allowing these wraparounds. He can't be allowing these openings. Before the first face-off on that power play, JCU was primarily using the points and high slots. After the face-off, they were playing down below, in the net, in the corners. Now, really, I think tells to how they were able to really pressure Pitt on their forecheck. Now, time they plays, but a huge hit by Deacon on Ralston, as that is taken out of JCU's end. Tanner Plinton with a head of steam, trying to get around two players on glove save by Ambrofi, and we are starting to see the floodgates of physicality open, Angie.
It is now down to 2-goal deficit, and, maybe they're trying to get something going, but right now it just seems, again, halfway through, the momentum just completely shifts to JCU. And what we see in the first half of each period is not carried over throughout, and that's been a major problem because JCU's taken advantage of that.
And this is what I don't like. So, yes, it was a big hit on Ralston, but it was a clean hit. I didn't think anything was wrong with that. And now Troll takes an interference penalty after you just gave up a power play goal. As Deacon has the puck after the faceoff, goes D to Tuggy. He's in control. Looks like they're trying to set up more of an umbrella on this power play, but Pitt tries to break that out, but Tuggy still has possession. Malley has it, backhands that up to Tuggy, gives that to Deacon. Pass to Tuggy, he shoots, and a save by Ambrofi. Another glove save on the penalty kill.
He's really busy over there tonight, and I don't mean that in a good way.
So scoring that other power play goal, or the second power play goal, the first goal of the period, was number 19, Anthony Ledgreca. That's his 7th goal of the season. Now 23 points on the year. Another face-off win for JCU as Sean Deacon has it. Pass that into slot. Another chance that's kicked out by Ambrofi on the ground. 8:09 left. Huge saves for Ambrofi. He is back on 11, but a nice clear out by Altara, the defensive move. Him and Ashley in the zone to try and place pressure on. Ashley has it. He backhands around and a save by Lurch. A huge shorthanded offensive opportunity for a bit, but unfortunately they can't break through.
Good shot, good stop. I mean, that's how it works, right?
Yeah. So another fun fact for if there are any Devil fans out there listening, I don't know, I doubt there's any relation, but Anthony Ledgreca, obviously the same last name as the Devils MSG announcer, Don Ledgreca. And he, it was like at the end of every Devils win, he says, put a pitchfork in this one. It's a good way to end the Devils win. But 7 minutes and 49 seconds left in the second period in this game. 1 minute and 6 seconds left on the hit penalty. Daniel Troll's interference as they sent that puck into JCU's end as Tanner Flint is going to break this puck out. 7 minutes and 35 seconds left. Getting the red line is Flint with a head of steam. Trying to get around Kids. He's a take this around the net. They already saw one wraparound goal, but Luke Deacon has the puck at the point. His shot was knocked down, trying to trickle through, but ultimately to no avail. Covelli pits at the puck. Backhands that to Martin, who is playing on the right corner. Sends that to the left side to Plinta, who backhands that to Martin. Up to Deacon at the points. His shot is saved by Ambrofi. Scooped that up with his chest.
Pitt has lost complete possession of this puck. I mean, this is what we saw last period, and it's literally deja vu, I feel like. I mean, they can't get the puck out of the JCU's offensive zone, and Look
Passes.
what's happened. We're still at a 2-goal deficit. Wonder if they score. 30 seconds left again.
A huge 30 seconds for Pitt. But it's sent right up to the points. Luke Beatty controls. He's walking the blue line. He shoots, and a glove saved by Ambrofi. About 3.5 minutes of power play time in this game, and 3 huge glove saves on the penalty kill for him and the Panthers.
As good as Ambrofi is playing with those stops, they're putting pressure on him, and one's going to go through eventually. Pitt doesn't step up their play.
7 minutes and 1 second left in the period.
Another
7
face-off
seconds
won by
left on the
JCU.
penalty. That's a shot and a save by Ambrofi, and the net is off its mooring, so this will be another defensive zone face-off for Pitt. I don't think I've seen a game yet this year that we call for Pitt where we have seen such a lopsided stat in the face-off circles.
I mean, I don't want to say it's not that hard, because obviously, it's hard, but you figured this would be something that they would work on if it's constantly a flaw in your play.
5 seconds left in the penalty, and sometimes just don't have it in the face-off, but this to me is one of those days for Pitt. But a potential 2-on-2 opportunity as we are back to 5v5. That was 3-on-2. Let's pass to Keeley, and is saved by Lurch.
Good shot, good save.
Yeah,
But getting one good shot off after you've had 3 minutes of play in your own zone is not going to get you to our goal.
Taking the face-offs is Austin Malley for JCU. Looks like Audie Ashley for Pitt. Audie Ashley comes into this game with 6 goals, 18 assists, 24 points. 6 minutes and 25 seconds left in the second period. The non-conference game for the Pitt Panthers. Pitt plays in the ACC-HL. Combination of club teams on the Atlantic, a lot of ACC schools for the other sports, a couple of SEC schools, notably the University of Alabama. But 6 minutes and 9 seconds left in the second period. 4-2 JCU. They got their goal on one of the 2 power plays in the last 5 minutes. Anthony LaGreca scored on the wraparound. And JCU tries to break it out as that's Henry Seh with the puck, sends it down to Shindai, who turns but checked into the boards by Schaefer. That's gloved by Bobko out of the zone. That is sent in. Offside's arm is down, but Henry Seh, one of the alternate captains, controls. That is sent up to Luke Henderson, but he couldn't control and banks that off the boards up to Ashindo and sends that into Pitt's end. No icing. Henderson behind the net. He has been everywhere this shift. Dishes that to his partner, Bobko, who sauces that to JCU's end. No icing as Edward Paizo won the puck race. Toby Bilsey also on forward as Paizo was knocked into the boards and out of the zone. D-to-D go the Panthers with 5:13 left. Up to Rip, who scored the first goal of the game for Pitt. Pitt has not been able to score a goal in this period, but they have had a total of 26 shots in this game. A lot of shots on goal for the Panthers, but none they could get behind Brody
Notice
Lurch.
how JCU doesn't have as many softer passes as Pitt does. Just notice that. And notice how many more goals they have than us and how much better they're playing right now.
Yeah, JCU, their Breds are either doing the simple passes or they're just taking up themselves at the shot and a save by Ambrofi from the point.
Simple pass is your foundations, and if you got that down, that's what's going to win you games, because it's foundational for a reason. Let's just put it that way.
I mean, we talked about it when Pitt wasn't passing at Navy, they were losing. When they were passing smartly, they scored 8 goals in 1 period.
That's got to be, and we saw that was the difference between a period, so maybe that has to be the message that you got to tell them after these next 4.5 minutes.
That is wrapped around, but again, Pitt has come back from multi-goal leads before, and they've come back from them in the third period. They are a team that does not quit. That is sent up to, ends up getting sent to Cannon Martin as the puck is in Pitt's end still. 4:19 left as Cyrus Killian plays that behind the net. And Drake Tomac backhands that up to John Luchak, and they score! No, they don't! They're going to say it was a high stick. A huge break for Pitt. It was another freak accident was going to find its way onto the scoreboard for John Carroll.
That was a high stick. I don't know, man. This is that was a lucky break for Pitt. Let's put it that way. But why is Pitt in that situation in the first place? Let's break it down from that standpoint. Another face-off in the neutral zone. Another loss.
Yeah. If I had a nickel for every goal that was waved off this game, I'd have 3 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird it happened 3 times. But 4 minutes left in the second period. Physicality's been heating up this period, especially that one shift that resulted in the Daniel Kroll penalty that's past the slot, but ultimately no connection, as that is ultimately turned over to Rolston in JCU's end. Held in by Kissay. His shot goes wide and covered by Lurch before O'Toole get any ideas.
I like that the puck was in the offensive zone for Pitt, but I don't know. Something just isn't sitting with me right. I don't like how they're not passing to each other, and if they do pass to each other, it's not clean.
I mean, some games like this happen where you're just not crisp, passes aren't tape to tape, and they're doing a little too much improv instead of a little too much
Really what it seems like today. It's not coming together.
Martin couldn't get past Foster as Schaefer looked to get that puck, but that's backhanded around by Foster. Picked up by Peluso, who sauces that out to Schaefer. No icing as Shindai going to pick this puck up under pressure and checked by Schaefer. Now a board battle on the right side with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. John Carroll looking to improve to 30 points on the year. The ACHA used the 3-point system, so 3 points for regulation win, 2 points for an overtime win. That's a shot from the points and a save by Lurch.
All right, it's 4-2. JCU is leading. Pitt doesn't let up another goal. They'd still be following their pattern of not giving up more than 4 goals in 10 games. But we still got 23 minutes of play left in this game. And the way with Pitt's defense is playing, I don't know, they might break that streak, especially with us playing at Alpha.
And that's a save by Lurch. So funny, the last time we were here, Pitt broke a streak, giving up 6 goals every home game we've called. They still have a streak of scoring at least 6 goals in every game we call. Ideally, they're going to come back in an empty netter. They would win this game 6-4, so the streak can still be alive, but anything is possible the way things are going with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. And it's banked out of the boards on the backhand, out of Pitt's end. 2:40 left in the second frame. Shots all on about 29. 25 saves for Joey Rowan. First save out, a shot at the slot goes wide. Another chance doesn't even reach Ambrofi. Billy Bilsey skating this one up, trying to get through, walks a bit into the middle, passes that to Rip, but it hits off his feet. And that is, turns the other way as that tries to go to LaDrecca. A rare bad pass by JCU. And Ambrofi backends that out of pressure, but he has to get to his net quickly as Charlie Mitchell is going to get possession of the puck, but ultimately goes right to Charlie Tuddy with 2 minutes left. He shoots and it goes wide. Picked up by Fujihara on the left point. Pass down to Mitchell. That's sent to LaDrecca in the slot, but he couldn't control. Anthony LaDrecca had the goal to make it 4-2. He's trying to wrap it around, but pass it up to Fujihara. He takes the slapper, and it's gloved by Ambrofi.
JCU is back up to out shooting Pitt 31-29, and we saw earlier. What did I say? Halfway through the second period is where we saw another momentum shift.
Well, they should listen to Coach Angie. You see, everything you say has been true.
I know, it happens every time. Seriously, it's like I can read these guys' mind, I swear. Put me on the ice. Just need to learn how to ice skate.
And the next game we should get you a coach's jack and a whiteboard because you seem to be drawing up and predicting what's going to happen. As another face-off coming up, some extra movement a bit, but 1:43 left.
Another face-off in this zone. Please, just win a face-off. Just win a face-off. Get it out of your own zone. Just win a face-off.
Face-off tie-up, controlled by Pitt. But Narma quickly sends that out. And a potential chance for Troll. He scored a second goal of the game. Sends that up to Rolson. He pan on a slap shot. But a penalty coming up for JCU. A late call and a hook had been called. So a huge Pitt power play.
That power play will carry into the last third and final period. They'll have about 30 seconds to start the third period with that penalty. Unless they score, obviously, in this next minute and a half. But let's see what Pitt can do.
Well, a minute 31. Pitt rolling with 4 defenders on this power play. Alex Lusso, the lone defender. Taking the face-off. Looks like Audie Ashley taking the draw for Pitt. This is a huge power play for the ACCHL, leading power play Pitt Panthers. As Edward Pezo has control of the puck, Pitt trying to set up an umbrella. Playing at the points is Peluso. He passes that down to Pezo.
Look at that. They're setting up the play.
Further down to Schaefer, who walks up. Gives it to Peluso. Trades places with Schaefer, who walks and he shoots, and a save by Lurch.
Center of play and you get a shot on goal. Look at that. They should do that more often.
Other than winning a face-off, what would you like to see from Pitt on this after this draw on the power play?
What we just saw. I want to see them set up more plays. I want to see more short, quick, clean passes to get more pressure on the goalie.
Moltari with the puck. He shoots and a save. The rebound still loose as Schaefer passes it up to Pezo. He shoots another save. And on the follow-up chance, scooped up by Lurch.
Look what happens when you set up plays. You get pressure.
And this has been a great game for Brody Lurch. Has 30 saves so far. Brody Lurch made 36 saves in their 6-5 shootout victory against Indiana, Pennsylvania last week. That's a shot from Bilsey, saved by Lurch. Rebound left in the slot, passed out to Foster. Passes that down to Carroll. Passes cross ice, a shot and a save by Lurch. That's sent up to Deacon. He is taken down. Still down. 30 seconds left in the period. Can Pitt get something going with time left? They'd already got 1 late goal this game. They make it 2. But JCU controls with 22 seconds left. Still in JCU's zone as Pitt now retains possession. Bilsey passes it up to the points to Foster. Sends that back down to Bilsey. Passes that in, a deflection goes just high. 8 seconds left, up to Bilsey. Tries and then going, forces it, he shoots! Deflected up and hits the glass and out. So we will have one more face-off with a second left.
That was the most entertaining part of this period, the last minute, because the pressure was there, they're passing to each other. I could hear them talking to each other on the ice. They're communicating. Something that we should have seen all period, unfortunately.
Pitt going with 6 players. They can't control the face-off, and that is all she wrote for the second period. But JCU adds another goal, which Pitt was not able to do. Their lead is now 4-2, John Carroll. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, Angie and I will recap what happened in the second period.
My name is Maverick Krupe. I'm a freshman to the hockey team, and my role, I don't know what my role is, just to be a good teammate, I guess. Be a good teammate and win games. I started playing when I was 9. My dad's Canadian, he's from Toronto, so it was kind of just a must. I was a little forced into it, maybe a little bit, but yeah, I started playing when I was 9. I played in Florida until I was 13, and then I moved to Chicago. I played in Chicago for a year, and then went back to Toronto with my dad and played there for 2 years. And then when COVID hit, I went back home and ended up playing high school hockey and finished out my junior career in Florida with the Florida Eels for the last 3 years. And then this year came here. JC gave me a tour, and we kind of walked around, and I love the school, and yeah, he's a great guy, so it was really easy to kind of jump on board with him. When I first got here, it was pretty welcoming right away. Like all the guys, I remember the first time we met, we actually went to Fermanti Bros, and we went and got wings, so it was really cool. The guys are all awesome. They made it very easy to kind of acclimate into the team, and we all do stuff together, which is really nice. And I'm a center, so I mean, I guess everybody associates taking face-offs with the center, which I try to do. Mostly you help out all over the ice, try not to get caught out of position, but Thankfully, I have two really capable line mates that cover me when I do get caught out of position, which I'm pretty thankful about. But yeah, center's just kind of, you're always trying to make sure the play develops as best as you can. I really love all sports, but hockey, especially the guys that play hockey, it's just different. I mean, there's just some type of sense of family in the teams that you get on a lot of teams. I don't know. I can't speak for all the other sports because I'm not too, I haven't really played any other sport too much, but for hockey, it just seems like you have a band of brothers and you stick with them. And I mean, guys that I played with 3-4 years ago, I'm still talking to today. They're my really good friends. So that part's really big. And then also just being able to fly around and, hit people and kind of get away with it. You couldn't really do it off the ice. So that's also pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, it's the best sport in the world. I think we just need to keep moving in the right direction. I think last weekend was really big for us. We had a really good 2 games. We didn't get the results we wanted to the second game. I think just keep playing our systems and developing with our systems, just getting better at them is really essential, but also kind of just all working together, staying on the same page and lifting each other up is a really big thing. It's hard to do sometimes when you're down, but it's a key to the game. And I think if we can really get that down, then we're going to be a really successful team. As far as Syracuse, I don't know a specific player. I've heard that they're a really good team. They're really sound. They have overall just a very solid team, and you can't take anybody lightly. They're going to be a really good battle for us. It's going to be a really good test, and I know they're probably going into this weekend feeling the same way, that it's going to be a battle. So I think everybody on either side can say that they're looking forward to it. As far as guys to watch on our team, I think JC nailed it on the head pretty well. I mean, he's a very good player. So is Bilski. Bilski's they've really been producing lately. My roommate I hate to say this because I know he's listening, but Santino, he's yeah, you can hear him in the background, but he's a player to watch too. He's been doing really well, and Keller, Drake Tomac, Ian Keller, they're his line mates, very good players to watch too. And I know, we have guys like Mac and Carroll, they're going to be coming out as well. I've been watching them in practice, and they're doing really well in practice. I think it's going to translate to the game soon, and they're going to have a couple of really good breakout games this weekend.
My dad played hockey growing up. He coached at a very high level for a long time. So I got into the game pretty young, skating for quite longer than I can even remember. I didn't start playing ice hockey until I was about 7 or 8, and my dad, who had coached for a high level for a long time, he coached me growing up, and I think that gave me a nice advantage when it came to developing skills early. I played AAA hockey for my junior and senior year of high school, and then I played junior hockey for a year, so I took a gap year before coming to Pitt, and that was an amazing opportunity and something I would never change. And then after all that, I got in contact with our coach here, head coach Stu Rolnick. He helped me get to where I am today. So I think it's been a long time coming. Growing up, I saw my dad went to Pitt, and he played and coached here as well. So I think it's almost like a full circle thing for me to have him as a coach growing up to playing where he was coaching during his career. So yeah, like I said, it's been pretty full circle. It's pretty awesome. I don't know, it's definitely a privilege to be able to have played so many games here under a pretty great program at a great place. I wouldn't have been able to do it without the coaching staff, the guys around me, the guys who I came in with and graduated with, and then definitely my family, mom, dad, sister. They play a big role, and they got me to where I am, and they got me able to play 100 games here, which is pretty cool. Something pretty cool to do. I think coming in at a young age, and you see guys that are about to graduate, and you see how they're putting themselves together, not only as players, but as men, as college graduates, and you see what they're building themselves up to, and you kind of see yourself progress through your first years here to, you know, where I am today. And I think that you have the guys who graduated before you to thank for helping mold who I am and, you know, help me to grow as a person, not only as a person, but as a student, as an individual. And, you know, I think that they pass that job along to us, you know, to help the guys that come in now and the guys that, you know, we get to see grow and change and become better men and, you know, more well-rounded people. I think being a captain is more than just, you know, saying the right things when things need to be said. I think a lot of it goes with, like, the younger guys looking up, and you want to set a good example, not only on the ice, but off the ice. I think, you know, sometimes your play can mean more than words or just how you carry yourself. You have to watch how you react, especially on the ice. You don't want to, you know, be the first one to start something when it shouldn't, or, you know, you want to be able to respond to situations responsibly. And I think being a good role model for young guys is by far the most important part of, you know, getting the recognition and having a letter. But like I said, it goes without saying that we have way more leaders on this team than just the guys who are wearing something on their chest. I think it is a leadership group of 30 guys, and just the guy next to you can be an inspiration to you. And I think there's guys on the team now that I still learn from, the guys that just got here whose perspective have helped change mine and can help me to change the perspective of somebody else. So yeah, I think being a captain here has been very, very important to me as a person, because it helped me not only, you know, influence others, but help others, you know, be able to influence me. Our program in general, I think, is getting an unbelievable amount of traction. When I first started here, we were playing in a different league against just local schools, such as like Robert Morris, Mercyhurst. And now we're much more well known on a national scale in this league. We've really made a name for ourselves over the past couple years, and I'm definitely very happy with the mark that I'm going to leave on this program, and I can't wait to see what it's going to turn into.
Welcome back. We are a few minutes away from the third and final period between Pitt and John Carroll. JCU leads the Panthers 4-2. Jay added one goal in the second period off a wraparound by Anthony LaGreca on the power play. Andrew Bialdi, Angie Mora here with you this game. Angie, what did you see in the second period?
Well, we saw Pitt really take possession of the puck throughout that first half of the second period, but then deja vu, what we saw in the first period. JCU took total control in that second half. I'd like to say it was that penalty call. I think that's what changed. That was the momentum change for me this time around, this period. We did see Pitt get a little bit of momentum back at the end of that second period. They're up 34-31 shots on goal, but they're still down with a 2-goal deficit with 20 minutes left of play.
Well, Pitt has come back from down 2 before. We saw it against Penn State. We saw it against Navy, and that was in the second period when they scored 8 goals in one period. So they have the firepower. They have the ability to score the goals to tie and take the lead. But the question is, are they going to be able to play that Pittsburgh style of hockey, blue-collar, that aggressive, simple style we have really emphasized on this broadcast? And when they play it, they dominate.
They do, and they're going to actually start this period, I believe, with 29 seconds left on the power play that's carrying over from the last period. Take advantage of those 29 seconds. I know it doesn't seem like a lot of time, but, 29 seconds with a one-man advantage, you can score a goal in that amount of time. Win the face-off. Score that goal. Can easily happen, I think. Just quick pressure to the goal, quick shots, clean passing. I think they can do it.
You're 100% right. As Coach Orion in the Mighty Ducks movies said, it takes less than a second to score a goal. So with that count, Pitt can score 1,200 goals this period, but they only need 2 to tie and 3 to take the lead. So maybe set our sights a little more normal. But the point still stands. They just got to get an opportunity to capitalize. They got to play that smart, fast, simple style of hockey we have been talking about.
It really seems like it seems like they're improvising their play right now. And I don't mean that they don't have plays structured and set up, that they are not setting up. We saw more of that structured play at the end of that second period. But even on defense, it seems like things are not meshing as well as we saw in previous games. And I want to see that change. I want to see that change in this last 20 minutes of play. We saw some change in that last of the second period. And I think with more structured play, both on offense and defense, there can be a real change.
That first shift on the power play for Pitt, I think you touched on it during the power play and just now. Looks smart. It looked structured. The passes were tape to tape. They couldn't get a goal, but the idea was there. If they can capitalize on their good ideas, they can tie this game up.
Because your good ideas are going to create pressure, and pressure creates goals. Excited to start this last 20 minutes.
What do you think Coach Roland's message is right now as he gathers the team for one last huddle before the third period begins?
Oh boy, I could say a lot. Might as well put me in there myself. But I think he was really going to touch on the passing, and I think he was really going to touch on the face-offs, because I think those are two things that have not been cleaned the entire game, and that's what needs to be cleaned up in this third period.
Yeah, as we get ready for the third and final face-off, again, Pitt has a 29-second power play on the JCU call. That is quickly won by Pitt on the face-off into JCU's end. That's Audie Ashley with 21 seconds left, and showing a quick shot, saved by Lurch. Passed up to Moltari. Tried to feed that to Peluso, but couldn't dish a pass off. And now it's finally sent to Peluso with 10 seconds left. 9 seconds left on the power play. 5 seconds left. Can they get one last chance? Peluso fires a shot, and it doesn't get through. Pass up to Paisley. We are back to 5v5.
Back to full
and
strength.
fanning on the pass was Paisley. That's sent out for LaGreca. That's now sent to Tanner Flint. He enters Pitt's end. Drop down for Flijahara, who took the penalty and got out of the box. That's sent up to Ashley on a long pass. He got through 2 players. He shoots! And no goal off the post!
Right off the bar. We all heard
Chance coming up for Schaefer, and it doesn't go. A save by Lurch.
I do like the aggression coming out within that first minute. Lots of plays on goal. I know they had the one-man advantage, but they were aggressive, and I want to see that aggression throughout these last 19 minutes.
They got to keep this momentum going, pitching out with their foot on the gas. They have to floor if they want to tie this game. 19:05 left in the period. Shot 36-31 in favor of Pitt. A shot from Kiste was blocked by Zemrak. That's gloved down by Maste. Still in JCU's end. Puck now on the right side. That's taken out of pressure by Luke Deacon, but ultimately gloved in by Devin Maste. Pitt is doing a great job holding the line and pinching in as chance doesn't go for Josh Ripp. Pass up to Kiste. Goes D to Maste. A shot and a glove saved by Lurch. With 18 minutes and 38 seconds left, Pitt is flying and doing a really good job in the offensive zone.
Guess what they did there? They set up a play. They set themselves up. I'm just saying, it's going to lead somewhere. I feel like they're listening to me now. They can hear me.
So there was a little change with the shot totals during the intermission. JCU had 39 shots early earlier when the period ended, but they were reduced down to 31. As after the faceoff, we have battle on the right side, trying to get that puck out is Daniel Trull. He scored a second goal of the game for Pitt with 3 seconds left in the first period. As the puck still on the right side, still a board battle going on, 18 minutes and 21 seconds left. That's passed out to Luke Henderson. He takes this into the zone. It looks like the puck bounced off a couple of skates as Daniel Trull has this behind the net. He is under pressure by Fujihara. Takes him down, tries to pass that through the slot. Ultimately goes to Ben Nazda. Up the glass and out as Charlie Tuddy has ahead of steam. No icing is the call. Matthew Bacco now battling Tuddy for the puck. Will retain possession of this on the right side of Pitt's end as that is pushed up, but ultimately to Santino Altari as Pitt regroups. Luke Henderson with the puck, passes that up to Cyrus Teeling on the red line, dumps the puck in, Pitt changes, 17:43. Santino Altari going to meet Henry Set and push this puck towards Quentin Schaefer, who's under a battle with Tuddy behind Brody Lurch, who has made 29 saves against the Pitt Panthers. Up the glass and out of the rink. And we'll have a face-off coming up.
Here's an opportunity. Win the face-off, get a quick shot, and back to a 1-goal deficit. I say it like it's easy, but
Pitt is being gifted a lot of opportunities. This is the third face-off, not including the opening face-off, and all of them have been in the offensive zone. But JC will win the face-off and get possession as Tanner Punta takes this out of their end. Fires that in to the left boards, picked up by Foster, reverses to Schaefer, but Audie Ashley will pick the puck up. He has speed, gains the red line, loses control, but gains the zone. To get possession of the puck back, trying to pass that to Moltari in the slot, but Foster picks up on the points and pinches. Fires that on net, pass that up to Ashley, but instead goes to the points to Schaefer. He shoots, and it goes wide. Picked up by her in front of the net and hit and fired it into Pitt's end by Camden Martin with 16 minutes and 45 seconds left. Wrapped around to Schaefer, who backhands that up and out of the zone to Covelli. Covelli trying to walk that in, but ultimately a good defensive stop by Pezo as Schaefer is taken down center ice, but a chance for Pezo. He shoots and it goes wide. Backhands that to, looks like Rip, but he is taken down by Covelli. Deacon banks it off the boards to Mitchell. The passes that up to Wu, but ultimately poked away by Maste and moved to the right side of the ice. 16 minutes and 5 seconds left. Shots 39-31 in favor of the Pitt Panthers. The score is 4-2 in favor of John Carroll University. Sent behind the goal line in JCU's end, kicked up by Bilstein, skating along the left side, up to Kiste with a hard pass, who fired a hard shot right to Mitchell, who was under pressure from Bilstein. He recovers, trying to wrap it around, but gets possession of the puck on the left side, still has the puck. Passes that cross ice to Pezo, trying to get enough mustard on that to make it a clean pass, and a bounce off a skate right to Lurch. Still no goals for it. Still 39 shots on goal for the Panthers. 15 minutes and 29 seconds left. 4.5 minutes gone by. Pitt really controlling the press here as that's bounced behind JCU's net, and Weedle get a stoppage.
I don't know what I saw right there. He was like pinning him up against the board. It wasn't a check, but it wasn't a, I don't know what that was.
If it bounces on...
No, not the puck.
Oh.
Not the puck. I know why they play stop. Don't worry.
Okay. I wasn't talking about you. I was letting our viewers know.
Yeah, I was looking at these two players that were like, I don't know what they were doing.
Face-off win by JCU. Quickly wrapped around. Henderson picks it up. Deflected and saved by Lurch. A huge break for JCU, but it's taken out of their zone. No, it is not. As quickly sent back in by O'Toole, but taken out by Fujihara. As McNarma knocks that back into JCU's end, Nazem picks it up, fires that around to Sean Deacon. Try to dish that up, but ultimately blocked by O'Toole. Gets it out of the zone now to Tuggy, who backhands that into Pitt's end on the left side, as Labretta picks it up behind Ambrofi, who has made 27 saves tonight against John Carroll University in his first game back from injury. As a shot blocked in the slot and sent out of Pitt's end. Labretta hits it up, fires that back in Looks like both sides getting some fresh legs out there as Drake Tomat sets it on the ice for the Pitt Panthers. Matthew Bobko has possession. He's going to try and sauce his pass up to Lukat. It will not be an icing as Ushindai tries to control, but instead it will be set with the puck.
There's
Passes
still
that
too
back
many of
around
those-
the net to Ashindel.
There's still too many of those passes, those types of passes. I think
100% agree with 14:05 left. Fired in to JCU's end. Tomat picks the puck up under pressure from Ashindel. 13 minutes and 58 seconds left. And a board battle is ultimately victorious by JCU as they get the puck out of the zone. But Cyrus still trying to get possession on, but Zach Zemrat he fires a shot wide. And we picked up by Austin Malley at the points on the right side. Aiden Foster behind the net dishes to Keeling. And Austin Malley gets possession on the steal. Now we picked up by Camden Kraft. Fires that up to Covelli. His shot goes wide. Looks like hit off a couple skates. 13 minutes and 25 seconds left in the third period. Shots 40-31 hit. So 38 saves for Brody Lurch. He made 36 saves against Indiana University of Pennsylvania in their most recent game. JCU looking for their 5th consecutive win in their 6 in 7 games. While Pitt looking to end this 9-game homestand, which they have won 6 games, including 2 straight, before they go on the road to play this same JCU squad before playing number 1 Niagara next week. And the schedule only gets tougher for Pitt as Moltari's pass wasn't clean and the puck ultimately ends up in JCU's end. But Ashley gets the puck now trying to find Moltari, but instead Camden Martin retains possession, gets into Pitt's end, and is pushed into the boards by Kiste. Separating the man from the puck was number 2. 12:33 left in the period. Rolston fires across ice to Moltari. He shoots and a save by Lurch. The rebound is loose, but knocked away as Luke Deacon has possession now. Bates that behind the net, and that's knocked back around to number 23. 12 minutes and 17 seconds left. That's passed up to Henderson. Nearly gloved down by Fujihara. That is sent behind the net as Pitt changes, and Moltari places some aggression on. Colby Bilsey picks that puck up. Fires it to Moltari. Moltari trying to find Foran to his pinching in, but instead no avail. Andreas Foran, that's the first time I've heard his name today. But a chance for Bilstein. It was a near opportunity to control the puck. Pass to the points for Andreas Foran. A fade slap shot doesn't go. Turns around. Still has possession. Sees circles. Pivots. Doing everything by passing the puck, but shoots and a save by Lurch.
I like those last couple shots. I think they were smart. Couple close calls for Pitt, but still they're just JCU's playing good defense. I have to give him credit.
That was Andreas Foran making that shot. He made his 7th appearance of the season. He has 2 goals this season. Those are both against Duquesne, a game in which Pitt won 9-6. Score in this game is currently 4-2.
They're outscoring JCU by 10 shots now, 41-31. They've yet to score a goal, though.
They have yet to score a goal since the 30-second mark in the first period, despite outshooting JCU 41-32. Backhanded into Pitt's end, gloved by Foster, who tried to send that up to Tomac. And it is sent into JCU's end where the reverse attempt goes right to Pitt. A shot. Peluso with the follow-up chance, and it goes wide. A nice pinch by Alex Peluso, but he has to get out quickly as Alex Tuddy has the breakaway. He moves in, he shoots, and it goes wide. Great stuff by Ambrofi to force a bad shot. 10:54 left in the period. Welcome back, Joe Ambrofi.
It's a good save.
Ladretta backhands that behind the goal line. Ultimately to Sean Deaton, trying to pass that into the slot, but it goes right to Foster with a gentle backhand to Pezo, who flukes us out of the zone to Fujihara, who makes a soft pass at Deaton and was taken down by Tomac while keeping Tomac stick as a souvenir. That happened to me a couple times, and I would get called for the hooking penalties. That is passed to Lutek on the blue line, walking the blue line, staying on sides, but not in the zone. Pass back up to Kiste with 10-12 left. 10 minutes left in the period. Has to be key passes and smart, fast plays for Pitt.
I'm liking the fast pace, and I'm liking the aggression. We're halfway through this last period now. I don't know if Pitt needs. There needs to be something a little bit more, I think, from the Pitt offense. They're almost there. I can feel, like, you know, when you have a feeling like you're on the verge, like it's gonna happen. Like that's what it feels like right now.
Yeah.
That's the way I could describe it.
No, you're right. But the clock is ticking away. JCU isn't going out to fight. They probably want an insurance, and they get one.
That ruins Pitt's track record. It has been 10 full games since they've given up 4 or less goals, especially here at the Alpha Ice Complex, where they tend to give up a lot of goals in this whole season.
So that's 5 goals to 2. Camden Martin with the goal. Before we talk about Pitt, just what a shot from Camden Martin. Amazing stuff. Right in the slot. Goes bar down to make it 5-2. John Carroll with 9 minutes and 50 seconds left. Henderson passes that to Bilsey, but ultimately couldn't get a clean pass. But it looks like the pace is starting to turn towards John Carroll's way.
Right again, it's halfway through the period, once again. Deja vu times 2.
No icing. I mean, John Carroll loves the sound of deja vu. They seem to be listening to you capitalize on every mistake Pitt makes this game. But it is true. The defense for Pitt has been solid for most of this game, but every mistake they did, every time they leave someone open, they capitalize. And that is passed up to Tuddy, who enters Pitt's end with speed. Trying to drop that back to a director, but Sean Deaton gets possession. Trying to take this behind the net. And sends that up to Andreas Forrand, who loops it out of the zone to Tomac, who enters a one-on-one with Seth, trying to get through, but Tovelli's there to pick the puck up and bank that off the boards to Anthony LaDirecta, who skates in, entering Pitt's end on the right side. The lose control of the puck as the puck moves right to left. 8 minutes and 41 seconds left in the period. As Peluso enters JCU's end, he gets a shot off and a save by Lurch.
Seems like we're following the same pattern as the past 2 periods. Pitt will have, the puck will be out of the offensive zone for quite a while, and then all of a sudden you'll get this rush, and you'll have a good shot on goal that's blocked or stopped, and then you go back to JCU's back with the puck and has possession for most of the time. And it seems like that's been the pattern for every second half of every period.
Zemrak moves that into Pitt's end, but covered by Ambrofian. None of this is on him at all. None of this is on Ambrofi at all. He's been nothing short of spectacular. 30 saves, some big glove saves, especially on the penalty kill this game.
He's had a lot of action today, and he's saved. He's made some. This game could be a lot worse if he didn't make some of those saves that he made. Put it that way.
Stripped by Oshindel at the point, but kicked out by Ambrofi. That's passed to Lukac. A little bit of too much on that one.
It's another pass
sent?
that could have been cleaner.
Maybe tonight's just not Pitt's night. It's unfortunate, but some teams just have one of those games where the passes aren't hitting and the team just can't capitalize on opportunities. But another chance for JCU, a save by Ambrofi. The rebound still loose and scooped up by Ambrofi.
And I give credit to Pitt because they've been playing pretty well recently, and maybe they needed a game where they get humbled. Sometimes you need one of those games where you go back to your foundational plays and you lock back in, and maybe tonight was what they needed for that.
Well, it's interesting. Pitt leads the home wins 5-1 in this series, but their first loss against JCU at Alpha Ice was the last time these two teams played at Alpha Ice. JCU going to get looking like they will get their second straight win at the Alpha Ice Complex. So Pitt, last time they played at JCU's Gilmore Academy, got the win. As Slidjahara banks that off the boards and into Pitt's end. No ices. There wasn't enough on that one. And Pitt scooped up by Devin Maste. Takes that up as it's the defensive zone, but turns it over to Plinta. And another neutral zone turnover.
Neutral zone turnover. I can't. How many times have I said that? Last time and this time. You just can't do that.
As another board battle on the right side, and you hit it right on the nail in the open and in both intermissions. The neutral zone play is where teams win and lose games.
It is. It really is. And we have seen clear tonight that that is not Pitt's strong suit tonight. It's where we just saw a turnover happen. And who has the momentum right now? JCU.
Yeah. The beneficiary of all this is John Carroll, who, with all their relentless pressure, when Pitt is in the wrong place, they are in the right place, and that is a good team. And this is a huge ranked win for JCU. They are able to hold on, but never count out the Pitt Panthers. Pitt ranks number 14. They were 15 in last week's poll, 14 in this week's poll. As Toby Bilsey with head of steam, he shoots and is saved by Lurch, and the puck is still loose. Pass that behind the net, now up to the points, another shot, rebound, still loose. Bilsey's going to get a stick on this one, and the garbage is once again cleared by Charlie Tuddy as he enters Pitt's end, but it's called offsides. That is the other thing JC is doing really well. They pick up the garbage as soon as it's on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, you also I want to point out something right there. Pitt had a chance to hit off of one of those. There was a rebound that they hit off of, it didn't go in. There was a second rebound. I didn't see the number, but somebody didn't turn around fast enough and get a shot off. It's like they didn't know where the puck was. And in this game, you have to know where the puck is at all times. And you know, it happens, I get it, but that could have been a missed opportunity.
I credit that more, honestly, to JCU's great defense in front of the net. There's never a time a man is left open in front of Brody Lurch. 6:12 left in the third and final period. JCU is winning 5-2. Shots are 44-38 in favor of the Pitt Panthers. That is wrapped around, will be picked up by Luke Henderson. That is sent out of the zone. Coming out of his net is Ambrofi. Banks that off the glass to Tanner Plinta, but still in the puck is Tomac, who heads that to Bobko. And the no-look pass to Tomac. Bobko recovers.
Another sloppy
Who
pass
is
right there.
pitching? Tomac still with possession. 5 minutes and 39 seconds left. Trying to make a move here, but the puck is still on the right side of JCU's end with 5.5 minutes left. Clock is really ticking away for Pitt. JCU's done a great job defending their net and giving Pitt absolutely no time. Let's pass to Henderson at the points. He shoots and it goes wide. 5 minutes and 14 seconds left. Again, shot still 44-38 in favor of the Pitt Panthers. It's trying to be fed into the slot. Passed up to Bobko. He slaps one and it is deflected out of the premises.
Got 5 minutes and 2 seconds left. I just want to see some life from the Pitt Panthers. You know, now I'm starting to see that. I just want to see them score a goal. Maybe they'll get some more angst back into this team. I just want to see life from the team. I don't want this to be them to become dead just because they feel like they can't recover from a 3-goal deficit.
No, and this right here, just try and get a goal, make it a 2-goal game, and then you can pull Ambrofi and anything can happen. 4:56 left in the third period. It is once again fired out with not enough on it for ice, and Ambrofi out of his net. Leaves that for Peluso. And in terms of getting offense, that's one thing you can say Pitt team has done really, really well, but a turnover in front and a save by Ambrofi.
It's not something you want to see.
A deal-sealing save for number one as Augie Ashley tries to bring this into JCU's end, but once again loses the puck at the entrance point as Pitt's neutral zone woes continue to haunt them when they need to be on their game most. And we have some pushing, shoving after the whistle.
Love a good hockey fight, but it is not allowed in this league.
They are not allowed to drop the gloves. They are allowed to fight. They just have to keep their gloves on.
Where's the fun in that? I'm kidding. NHL.
No, like ACH hockey is very physical. NCAA hockey also very physical.
Yes. You honestly can't.
You wouldn't know
really
they weren't allowed to fight if you never watched college hockey. You watched an NCAA
I was
game.
gonna say you can't really fist fight like that really until you get to that level, honestly.
It's a nice stop in front of the net by Cam Kiste. But a saucer pass is in reach for Daniel Troll, but unfortunately couldn't get his tape on that fully. 4:13 left in the period. Looks like a near turnover by Fujihara, but move that puck out of the slot. That's Bilski with possession. Trying to make the move in the slot, but teed up well by John Carroll's defense, especially Ben Nasdam, as they try to get this puck up to the point. Nasdam moving all over to keep that puck out of Pitt's hands. 3:47 left in the period. That's backhanded right to Ladreka, but Kist-State gets the shot off. The rebound is loose. Can they get a shot off? And JCU keeping it clear. And no, a brick wall in front by John Carroll University. It's almost like blocking a free kick in soccer, a wall of JCU defenders against these Pitt Panthers. Any rebound, any opening, quickly sealed shut by the Brits John Carroll brought tonight.
You got to give them credit. I mean, that's what they're supposed to do. I wish that's what Pitt did constantly on their side of defense, but you know what? Tonight just doesn't seem like to be their night, but you got to give credit to the JCU defense because they're doing a good job tonight.
Looks like they're going with Pezo behind on the faceoff, but quick pressure by John Carroll. That puck is out of the zone. Will be no icing as Matthew Bobko will play his finding that Bobko's Barisco's done a really great job on offense. Him and Luke Henderson both done a great job pinching and making plays, but a 2-on-1 opportunity for Pitt. A shot and no goal off the post and out of play.
Got 3 minutes and 13 seconds left. I like the shots they're taking. At least they're taking shots. Still would like to see something a little more structured, especially in the offensive zone. Even in the defensive zone, I want to see something more structured. You can read JCU's setup and then set yourselves up. I think that's something Pitt really hasn't done tonight, and that's something I'm realizing now that they could have done tonight.
Nice pass to Martin. He enters Pitt's end, but a nice block by Bobko. And taken down is Ambrofi. It looks like Henderson went slide into his own net.
All right. He's sitting up. I think he's okay. All right, yeah, he's good. He's back in the
Ambrofi
goal.
is up. This is his first game back from injury, and he has looked real spectacular tonight. It's like he never left.
Probably got the wind knocked out of him. He seems fine now, though.
Yeah.
3 minutes left to play in this third period. Let's see if we can win this faceoff.
After the face-off, JCU trying to control behind Pitt's net. Matthew Bobko has possession of the puck, skating up along the left side as Drake Tomac going for a saucer pass, but is thrown into the boards before he can even think about passing. As Samuel Herr with a shot that goes wide. 2:43 left. Pitt's chances of the comeback are really ticking away, but never say never as Atina Motari walking the red line in the Pitt's JCU's end. I can't get really anything off on that as that is fired out, picked up by Henderson. Passes that to O'Toole with 2 minutes and 23 seconds left. And a bad turnover in the neutral zone as Plint has the breakaway chance. He moves in and a save by Ambrofi.
Without him tonight, this this game would be out of hand. You have to admit, he's done an amazing job for the cards he's been dealt, is how I will put it.
Yeah, and another bad neutral zone turnover was almost a dagger in Pitt's hearts in this game. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in this game. Shots 47-40, score 5-2 John Carroll. Pitt has not scored since the first period of this game. That's shot up and pushed aside by Ambrofi. Another good save by him. And Luke Henderson gets past two John Carroll players, and Pitt will get a power play with a minute 57 left. That's passed out of the zone. The net is empty. Audie Ashley comes on as the extra attacker. Pitt really has to move quickly here, get the puck up fast, and take advantage of the little time they have. But Nolan O'Toole has the puck in JSU's end. He fires a shot, and it's saved by and O'Toole as it feeds that to Foster. That's another chance, and it just trickled wide. Pass
still hasn't
up
touched the
again, and the puck has still not been touched up. Brody Lurch made a key save, and there we go. The penalty comes now, but for JCU, what they just did, They killed off a good 30 seconds of potential Pitt power play time.
Yes, but minute 16 left. Got an extra man. Let's see. They could show some life, score a goal, get a play together. Let's see.
So interesting. Pitt not pulling their goalie here. I would have maybe done so as maybe a last-ditch effort. But with a minute 11 seconds left,
I understand why.
Toby Bilski
It was a face-off. They could have lost the face-off.
That's a shot, and a go saved by Lurch. You are 100%. I wasn't even thinking about that, but you are 100% right. 1 minute to go. Pass out to Bilski. He can't control in circles. Feeds to Foster's playing the point man on this umbrella. Controlling is Troll, trying to walk in a shot, and Rip couldn't find the open rebound. But Rip has the puck again, trying to make a turn, passes that up to Foster. He shoots another save by Lurch, and the rebound quickly moved aside. And again, great job of picking up the garbage by John Carroll University. A shot, and it's blocked. 30 seconds left. Time running out for Pitt. And that is passed up to Anthony, the director, shorthanded. Toby Bilski picks the puck up. And with 20 seconds left, it looks like John Carroll University will get their 5th consecutive win, their 6th win in 7 games. But they score!
They score the power play goal.
Andreas Foran, it's at 5-3 with 13.8 seconds left. You can't write the obituary yet. Anything is possible.
You know what? I'm glad to see that they can show life even with a 3-goal deficit. It's nice to see, especially with that power play goal. Pitt let up Pitt let up 2 or 3 power play goals tonight. I think
Pitt has let up 2 power play goals.
Yeah, 2 power play goals tonight. So it's nice to get one of those back for themselves.
Yeah. It's back to 5v5, and that's Foran's 3rd goal of this. Nice to see him get on the score sheet. He hasn't played in many games, but when we cover the Duquesne game, he scored 2 goals for a 9-6 win. So nice to see him back in the lineup and back on the score sheet with 5 seconds left. Looks like John Carroll University will walk away with their 5th straight win as the 47th save of Brody Lurch's night caps it off. John Carroll wins 5-3. And for Pitt, this was unfortunate for them, just wasn't their night.
I think it goes back to those foundational structures. Sloppy passing, neutral zone play, face-offs. Those are 3 key components you need to win a hockey game, and those were 3 components I did not see come very strong from the Pitt hockey team, and JCU took advantage of that.
Yeah, John Carroll is a team that capitalized on your opportunities. It's definitely clear they know how to win. 5th straight win for Pitt. The schedule only gets tough from here. John Carroll again tomorrow in Ohio, and then #1 ranked Niagara. We'll be back with more Pitt home games in January, but until then, along with Angie Mora, our technical directors, and our cameramen, this is the Pitt Broadcasting Club presenting Pitt Hockey.